Y'all have never fisted a navel before?
Okay, moving on.
I'm moving on.
I don't get my oranges that big, so I don't know where you're...
Oh, my God.
It's a meaty wedge.
It is definitely a meaty wedge.
This is Three Sheets Control. On behalf of 5 seamen, welcome aboard. On the screen in front of you, please select the level of foul-mouthed Disney debauchery you'd like to hear while we input your coordinates. Now, locate the monitor overhead to the right. Make sure your face is clearly visible and give us a flash. Wait for the flash. Good. Sending news to the future. All systems are go. We're now linking you to your hosts. Enjoy the show.
Fuck that little twig. This is horse shit. I podcast like I know
it's unsorted, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And injustice deliciously squared be treated.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 102 of Three Sheets the Mouse. We're 5 average guys with love for all things Disney, and joining me this week's show are 4 guys who just put in hazard pay for standing online. Mikey.
You ever just wonder why men have nipples, Scott?
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? You know what? There's an actual title to Bill Cosby's book or something like that.
What the fuck does this have to do
lost right now as to
with
what the
milking
fuck is going
people
on
right now? Is this a Bill Cosby prostate joke?
Ew.
I'm out if it is.
That's where his chocolate pudding comes from? I don't know.
You got to eat the Jell-O pudding!
Well, speaking of Bill Cosby, did you guys hear he's actually pretending to be Heathcliff Huxtable?
No.
His braid is
he's going around pretending to be Dr. Huxtable.
Well, he's in Gen Pop now.
Yeah,
is he really?
Yeah. Yep. He's solo in his cell, but he's in general population being treated like all the other apparently psychotic prisoners.
Well, good for him. Also on the show, Adam.
What's up, everybody? I'm so confused as to what's going on.
Trenton.
I like warm hugs.
So does Bill.
I was just thinking the exact same thing.
This is Leonard Part 6. That's what this is right here.
And Tim.
I don't even know how we got here.
I don't either. We're here to talk to you about Disney parks, Disney booze, and a little bit of debauchery in between. So sit back, relax, and grab something that isn't roofied, and enjoy the adult side of Disney with Three Sheets of the Mouse.
Pour your own is what he's saying.
Yeah, pour your own, and keep a cover on it. Speaking of keeping covers on things, I got a cover on my whiskey, but we'll talk about it later. Tim, what do you got?
For our surprise raw that the Sheeters gave us, we were gifted some Kirkland bourbon, and that's what I am drinking.
A whole liter of it too.
Well, some of us got 2.
I have a liter and a half still. One was muled to me from Disney.
Like all over Disney. It wasn't even.
Yeah, everybody. I think every Sheeter touched that bottle.
I think more people have touched that bottle than people have touched Spike.
More people touched that bottle than a Kardashian sister.
That's true.
I think that bottle's touched. Never mind.
Yeah, I think we were drinking.
I think more people touched that bottle than got roofied.
Yeah,
it's half backwash, half Kirkland bourbon at this point. So.
It's delicious.
Tasty too.
Notes of beard.
Tastes like Seamage's balls.
Which tastes spectacular.
Yeah, we want to give a big thanks to the Alversons who supplied that part of the raw. The Kirkland bourbon is fantastic. I mean, for the price, I think it's right around like $30-something for that bottle.
Yeah, and
it's an amazing bottle for that price.
Yeah, it's really good too.
Now, I was trying to figure out where it comes from. It used to come from Jim Beam, but I'm pretty sure this is Dickel.
I think it comes from Tennessee.
Well, both are from Tennessee.
Okay, so I'm
right.
Yes.
Good answer, Mikey.
It is Tennessee whiskey. It's smooth like Tennessee whiskey.
Okay.
Sweet as
Tennessee whiskey.
Strawberry wine.
No.
Sweet like candy to my soul.
But no,
sweet you rock and sweet you roll.
I put this side by side with the Dickel 9, the 9-year-old Dickel. And
what'd you call me?
And it's pretty damn similar.
From Bill Cosby jokes to Catholic jokes. Fuck this. This show's done, man.
Yeah, we're done. Well, it could have been a Michael Jackson joke too. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Adam, what do you got tonight?
I actually have something from the gift basket, the gifts that we got as well. I am drinking the Creature Comfort Reclaimed Rye Amber Ale, which is the darkest amber ale I've ever seen. But
did we all get
really
the Reclaimed Rye?
I know Tim and I did, because I have 2 books.
I don't remember what I drank, but it was good.
It's gone.
It's really good.
So it's gone.
Well,
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, you also have to realize I wasn't drinking in January, so.
That's true.
Me, mostly neither.
Yeah, I mean, I had a few drinks in Chicago.
But sometimes,
from what I remember.
You've never been to Chicago, Adam?
No, I remember Chicago. I had a. The only place
it's
the Edison I've never
doesn't remember.
Chicago I remember most of. The Edison I've never been to. It got fuzzy.
I mostly remember.
It got fuzzy.
Somewhat remember and almost remember, but then there's mostly remember.
No, but it got fuzzy, but it wasn't like to the point of like not ever going. Like the Edison.
Like the Edison?
Exactly.
Which we've still
What's
never
the
been to.
Edison?
Stephanie would say otherwise.
Trent, you weren't there either. I don't know what you're talking about.
I wasn't there.
I have a pair of pants that say otherwise too.
You wear pants?
Not that night, hardly.
Mikey, what do you got tonight?
You can just copy paste Tim's statement there. I'm also having some of that fantastic Kirkland bourbon because thanks to the Alverson twins for supplying that to me.
They're not twins.
Oh, that's
not
really
twins.
creepy.
They're
Wow.
not Luke and Leia. Well, I mean, it is South Carolina.
Damn.
Fuck you.
I thought you mean I thought that was Luke and Laura.
No, Luke and Leia. Never mind.
Wow, you're going
That's a
way
start.
back with
Talking
Luke
to-
and Laura.
I'm thinking Young and the Restless.
Who watches The Young and the Restless?
Is that still on?
Dude, I don't go into work till 4 o'clock, so I watch my stories when I'm folding laundry.
Don't ask me
no.
how I know, but Luke and Laura is not Young and the Restless. It's General Hospital.
You didn't just call them your
Close
stories.
Well,
What else are they
Do you-
called?
they come on after Price is Right and before the Wayne Brady.
Oh boy.
Wow, you know that's a little scary.
I hope to God you're knitting
It's
while
because
you're
he's
watching.
not
this.
fucking
Well,
kidding.
he just said he's folding laundry.
Trenton's like, no, he's right. That's when it comes on. And somewhere in the middle of there, you got the talk.
I'll do you one better, Mikey. We used to not be home during the day. We recorded Price is Right and watched it when we got home from work.
I'm terrified.
I prefer
I'm
Wayne.
I used to
sad.
watch all my children.
What?
Like when I was in school because I was a sick kid, so I was home on the couch watching it with my mom.
What's the one with Dr. Drake Ramore in it?
That's Days of Our Lives.
I used to watch Days of Our Lives when I worked night shift.
I just want everybody to know that old asshole named Victor is still
I
alive.
don't know what any of this means.
I don't know. Susan Lucci, everyone.
See, Susan Lucci was on All My Children.
That's All My
the
Children.
only one I can remember.
All my children.
Well, since you watch Murder, She Wrote now, I expect a check for $12 on my birthday.
$12.50.
Sucking on a Werther's candy.
Sitting on your plastic-covered couch while you fill that one out.
You know, Adam, when I was a kid, I didn't watch, daytime shows, but I never missed an episode of Dynasty.
Never watched Dynasty.
My God, Mikey, enough.
The hole is getting deep.
Yeah. And people were giving me shit for watching The Bachelor.
Oh well.
Okay. The Bachelor or fucking J.R. Ewing
All right,
in Dallas? I'm taking Patrick Duffy every
At least
time.
there was more of a chance of girls slapping each other on Dynasty.
Oh no, there's a really good chance of girls slapping each other on The Bachelor.
Yeah, and then they'll make out.
And that's true.
At least you weren't watching Real Housewives of some different place.
I have
Oh, no.
never
No,
watched Real
I
Housewives.
refuse to watch that.
Every single one. And damn proud.
I don't mind. I don't
guilty
mind
pleasure.
watching some shows with my wife because it's quality time.
It's
I mean, look, Craig Bassong pointed out the best thing I had going that night was my wife next to me. That's really it. I mean, truth be told, the show's terrible.
what show?
The Bachelor.
Scott, I'll save you.
Trenton, what are you drinking?
I used to make fun of Stephanie for watching Gilmore Girls, and then I sat down next to her and started watching it one day, and I'm
I like
like,
it.
why is Paris being such a bitch to Rory today? And I'm like, what the fuck is happening to me?
I like Gilmore Girls. It's not a bad show.
Couldn't get into it.
It's really not.
There's a whole Disney podcast about it.
Couldn't get into it.
This is
Tried
true.
to watch it.
Melissa McCarthy was still a good actress.
Yes.
Shout out to Pennsylvania Shooters. I'm just drinking Yingling.
Oh.
Younglings.
Yeah, I'm about to kill some younglings.
Kill some younglings.
Tasty.
Did you see the meme that was going around that had young Anakin, and when he walked into the Jedi Temple, and he's wearing the pirate hat from SpongeBob?
No.
And this is when Anakin walked into the Jedi Temple and says, "Are you ready, kids?"
I like the one where he's sitting in the field with like the picnic basket. He's got a Yingling, and it says, "I saw Anakin killing Yinglings," and he's just drinking a bunch of.
Yeah,
Yinglings.
I saw that one.
It's the best.
But tonight,
Anakin.
tonight I also broke into the raw gift package and grabbed the bottle of Blanton's Black
Oh, that
from Brian
It's
Adams.
so good.
Oh yeah.
That was the first thing I drank.
I bet it was. So this is a specialty for the Japanese market. Now normal Blanton's is 93 proof. This is proof down to 80 for the Japanese market because, like I've said on many shows, they like their whiskey a little bit lighter and a little bit fruitier.
And that's why I liked it better.
They're a smaller people, Scott.
Well, that's true. I'm a giant in Japan.
I definitely like that better than regular Blanton's for sure, which makes sense.
It's really sweet.
You could get some pretzels; they'll make you thirsty while you drink that.
They're delicious, by the way.
Carly Olsen, oh my god!
We don't have any more pretzels.
Adam finished both bags.
You just had 2 bags.
He ate them all on us.
I'm a fat kid. Y'all don't realize.
I just thought our local mom and pop hardware store, I walked in there and they have like cases of those pretzels sitting there. And I was like, holy crap, you got the pretzels. They're like, yeah, nobody's buying them.
It's definitely lighter. It's lighter than regular Blanton's. I think I prefer the original single barrel, the tan label. I think it's got a little more heat to it. This lifts off to nothingness. But it's good. It's very sweet.
I loved it.
I liked it.
I know you do.
I enjoyed it.
Oh, I enjoy it. There's no doubt about it. I would, if I could find a bottle of this that's not in Japan, because that's really the only place you're going to find it.
Well, how did Brian Adams get it? Did he ever say how he got the bottle?
I don't know.
I don't think we
I
asked.
did not say.
Maybe he's
I
got a
don't
connection.
think we don't kiss and tell, I believe.
I believe so.
I'll do a lot more than kiss for that. I like that.
So Brian Adams, if you want, if you want to send Trenton,
Take Trenton to the Edison because he doesn't wear pants there, and you're good to go.
The easy access pants.
I had him on when I first got there, but then someone decided that the hole needed to be bigger that was already ripped in the crotch.
That's what she said.
I don't know if we've gone over this story before yet.
yeah,
Yeah, multiple times.
It's
Mikey
good.
got a fistful.
It's a very good whiskey. Needs a little more heat though.
Yeah.
Now I
Something
gotta try the barrel proof one.
I just like the gold.
Apparently those,
the gold one. Which one was that?
The barrel proof.
Blanton's
Oh,
gold.
that was real good. That was my.
Yeah, I want to try barrel proof. Tonight we are venturing into Tomorrowland. It's something we actually haven't really touched on the show. We've not really done too much to change around Tomorrowland at all, right?
It's because when you're standing in the hub and you look at all the other areas, you say, these are the areas we reign over. And they go, Dad, what's that over there? And you go, that's Tomorrowland. We must never go there.
Some of the stuff in tomorrow.
I
It's
love
that shadowy
Tomorrowland.
place.
I love it.
Name one good attraction.
I still like Space
Space
Mountain as
Mountain.
much as you hate it.
People moving.
Carousel of
Borderline.
Progress, People Mover.
People Mover's great.
I've never heard of either of those, Scott, but I like Cosmic Rays.
The People Mover's
Buzz
great.
Lightyear. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What is it called?
Buzz Lightyear's fun.
I like Buzz Lightyear.
Blow that space frog up.
Space Frog.
I enjoy MILF.
MILF's lost.
I
Once
have
you've seen
it.
that show twice,
MILF does nothing for me.
once you've seen that show twice, it's nothing.
I enjoy it, but then it's really heavily dependent on how much the audience interacts. Like if you get a dead audience, it's no fun. But if you get a good audience and some 13-year-old kid says he had hot Cheetos for breakfast. But yeah, tonight we're gonna go into Tomorrowland and we're gonna bring back one of our most popular segments, the Armchair Imagineer.
Bum, bum, bum.
Now, was this voted on
There will be a
Everyone
poll.
likes it.
Several times.
to be the most popular segment?
Everybody likes it. We've decided to take our stab at Armchair Imagineering the Speedway to see what we can come up with that Disney should listen and take our advice. So, without further ado, I give you our Armchair Imagineer segment. Who wants to go first? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, I'm gonna eeny, miny, mo.
Adam.
Mikey.
I don't know what kind of voodoo Adam was doing there, but it fucking worked.
This is not
Ever
it.
did this?
I did this
That
one.
one too.
I never played any reindeer games growing up.
But
boys.
wait, I don't think he included himself when he was doing Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moe, so he kind of cheated.
I didn't.
See? He cheated.
Well, then Scott
just
can go
kept-
second.
No, Tim
He
has to
just
go second because
eeny-miny,
Tim gets
eeny-meeny.
too young to remember what he wants to say when we do these.
All right, Mikey. So, with the announcement of the Tomorrowland Speedway closing temporarily so that we can put in the Tron attraction, and then reducing its space, we have a pretty sizable plot to work with here.
It's a lot of real estate
It is.
that is really wasted with the Tomorrowland Speedway. I mean, it's the attraction is a bit of a novelty, and it wears off as you get older than the age of like 13, because you can fucking go anywhere and drive a go-kart as long as you can reach the pedals, and you get to the Tomorrowland Speedway, and you get this pretend go-kart driving experience. So when I was thinking about making use of that space, I got to thinking about my opinion of Magic Kingdom, and to me, it's supposed to be all about kids. I love that there are more attractions at the Magic Kingdom that can be ridden by someone of, quote, any height, I guess, than really any of the other parks. So I'm a firm believer that I want the majority of these attractions to be in the Magic Kingdom and have low height requirements. And that's why I was looking at some kind of indoor, putting like a dark ride or an omnimover or something like there. And that's what I ended up replacing it with. I wanted to do something that was kind of new, but kind of, harkens back to the tried and true attractions from the park. So I went with a ride that, thank God I'm going first. Someone else may have something similar to this. But I'm going. It's called Leaving the Robinsons. We've all seen the movie Meet the Robinsons. Well, the ride's called Leaving the Robinsons. And I want the exterior of your ride building. You're going to have a lot of bright green landscaping, and you'll see the kind of retro-futuristic home of Cornelius Robinson. And you enter through the front door as you queue up, and you're basically walking between a pair of planters that have Dimitri and Spike, the twins, and they kind of bicker back and forth, kind of like the animatronic out in front of Nemo in Epcot. You
The mines?
walk past. Yeah, the
Mine,
what?
mine.
Oh yeah, the mines, the seagulls. So you enter the ride building, and you've got your queue, which will basically kind of look like the interior of the Robinson home. They'll have long hallways and switchbacks, and behind the doors you can hear some of the characters that featured in the movie going about their business. A cracked door could have the sound of the frog band rehearsing coming out of it, and you can pass display tables set up in the hallways and stuff that have some of Lewis's inventions from when he was a boy, and stuff like that. And they're kind of interactive, where you can mess with them and play with them and stuff like that, and just keep you busy as you walk through the queue line, which eventually empties into like a large room that is the garage, where the time machine gets kept. And your queue line kind of splits in two. And you see, I guess, your first view of the ride vehicle. It's going to be kind of an Art Deco, futuristic flying car, like what you see in the movies. It's going to have it's going to accommodate 6 riders, and you won't really have like a bubble windshield like you see in like the Jetsons or anything like that. But you will have like an arm kind of comes up and holds like a viewing screen, which is really important, to the ride. I'll touch on that here in a minute. There's no steering control, because what you're getting into is kind of an autonomous kind of vehicle. But what I like about this that makes it interesting and different from other Omni movers is that instead of it being affixed to the floor, this one's actually suspended from the ceiling, and it's suspended on an articulated arm that has a kind of an elbow joint, which allows the attraction to raise and lower the ride vehicle while it's moving. But it's also got another cylinder that allows it to adjust its roll, I guess, so it can actually rotate on a horizontal axis, to kind of simulate banking in turns and stuff like that, to kind of add a little bit to the immersion that you're flying, coupled with the fact that you can look out and down and there's no tracks underneath you. Granted, they're above you, but they have to get painted to kind of blend in, and hide. So as you're entering the garage, you'll see some the animatronic of Carl, the robot from the movie, and he's inviting you to get in the vehicles, and you realize that he's actually trying to hurry you into the vehicles and rush you on the way, because the whole garage starts shaking and rumbling because it's being attacked by a giant Doris unit, which was the bowler hat, the flat hat thing with the doors. So yeah, you're going to get in the Robinson Autonomous Driving Carriage, or RADCAR for short, and as you get in, it takes off and the screen lights up, and you get kind of a what would you call it? I guess a diagnostic as it runs the vehicle through the tests and stuff to make sure it's good. And you take off. You'll actually exit and make a turn around a tree, and you come right in front of you is the city of what they call it. They call it Todayland in the movie. And you kind of start approaching that. So as you're driving around on your screen, you'll either be communicated to by either Carl or Wilbur. It'll vary from one vehicle to the next, and they're basically telling you, "We're getting you out of here. Don't worry. Doris is pursuing you, but we have an idea how to get rid of her." And to show you that Doris is coming up, it basically has like a rear view camera that will show like a pre-rendered scene of the vehicle with Doris coming up at you, and you can kind of hear it and everything as the robot is coming after you. But ahead you see Todayland, and you kind of merge into traffic. And what I'm hoping for with this is the cars. You'll actually go into traffic with cars going past you and in front of you as you try to blend in and hide from Doris, and you get to see a lot of the cool, interior of the city, and you get to see a lot of the signs and the storefronts and stuff like that to really immerse you and make you feel like you're in a world of tomorrow. Doris shows up again, and you do like an evasive maneuver where the vehicle actually lifts off further off the ground to fly over some cars. That's what that articulated arm does. Lifts it up and banks you out as you continue to be pursued by Doris that is closing in fast. The video camera shows her coming in super fast, super tight, and actually you feel her get stuck into the back of the car with the little appendages she's got, like them almost scissor-like spiked appendages, and they bury into the back of the car, and whoever's sitting in the back seat kind of sucks for them because they get that little bit of a pink in their back, a nod to tough to be a bug. So you can kind of feel that, and the camera shows a close-up of the Doris face, or eye, I guess. She's trying to get free, and the car banks and turns and stuff and jostles you around trying to shake her off, and it won't do it until Wilbur's like, "Hey, I know what to do," and you end up heading straight for the Robinson building where Cornelius would be working, and you go right through the front doors into the elevator. So you actually go into the interior, and you go into this elevator, and the vehicle will come to a stop while the elevator doors close behind you, and in closing behind you, it kind of chops off the Doris unit that was attached to you, like a mini Doris. And you start, the elevator raises up or it feels like it's raising up. It's really not, but there's rumbling and stuff like that.
Like the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, like the Haunted Mansion, like the stretching room. So you think it's actually raising up, and the doors opposite from where you came in slide open, and you see you're in Cornelius's office with huge window panes in front of you that are all, LCD or LED screens showing, the City of Today land laid out. And looming off in the distance is like a huge mecha Doris. And the whole premise is, Carl has figured out why Doris is there and why she's chasing you. It's because one of you in the vehicle is an unauthorized time traveler from the past, and it'll actually show that individual on the display screen, kind of a nod to Star Tours a little bit. And, we got to get this guy out of here and back to his time, or gal back to their time, or whatever. So, Big Doris starts shooting lasers and blowing the windows out, and a lot of wind starts pouring in. So they say, we got to go. And you don't really get shot out because I want this to be an all-ages ride, but you begin moving forward toward the busted-out window, and that's when 2 more laser blasts come in, and it cuts out all the lights, which allow the panels, the windows on, to kind of open up, and since it's dark, you don't realize what's happening, and that's when you come out and you go into about like a 15-foot drop. It's not super steep. It's similar to Pirates, I guess, but it's just enough to kind of freak you out and scare you a little bit. And lots of flashes and lights as you're going down through there. And that's when during that and the flashing lights, that's when you come back to present day. And you realize that you are actually in a small alleyway. The smoke clears and you're like in this back alley type area. And, you've got Wilbur or Carl on the intercom letting you know that... without the ability to time travel herself, the Doris unit was left in the future of Todayland and couldn't continue the pursuit. So once they get the traveler off the boat, then they'll be able to take care and get the car back. I call it a boat. Get the car back to the future time. But unfortunately, you'll have to find your own way back to the future. You're reminded, again, they display the guy's photograph on the screen, to contact this particular individual to talk to them about time traveling, since they've already done it once before. And you'll exit the car, you'll walk out the backside of this alleyway, and that's when you realize, you walk back out into Tomorrowland, but you're kind of facing towards Fantasyland, I guess, towards Fantasyland, and there's a facade of the orphanage where Lewis was raised, and that's kind of what you're walking past and stuff like that. And that's walk on into Fantasyland, I guess, and go ride Dumbo.
So when does this take place in the timeline? Is it all after Meet the Robinsons, or is it like in the middle or before?
No, this would take place. This would take place after, because while you're in the queue, you can hear, Lewis playing around and stuff like that, or working on inventions and stuff like that.
Okay.
Along with Goob, Mr. Goobian, complaining about him being too loud because he wants to take a nap and stuff like that. So this takes place after the movie, when the bowler hat guy is no longer quite so evil. That's why it's only Doris and not necessarily the older Goobian.
Okay. No,
When do we get to see Tiny?
Yeah, that's the only part that's missing.
I know, and this is, trust me, I scaled it down.
Oh, okay.
From what I had before. I didn't go into too much detail about what you run or what you encounter as you're running through the city, or as you're flying through the city. In my mind's eye and my details, that's part of the concept of going through the city. My original iteration of this was for the vehicle to be controlled, the up and down, by the person riding up front, like, what is it, Triceratops spin or whatever.
Yeah.
right.
But then I thought, well, yeah, but you put 6 people on here and some kid sits in the back and can't do anything, and you're at the whim of, because I wanted it to almost be like 2 different rides, depending on if you were at starting elevation or 8 feet higher by ascending as you were going around. But I decided against that. That way everybody would have the same experience.
No, I enjoy this. I think this would be a good addition. It kind of keeps Tomorrowland from being outdated. This is a kind of Tomorrowland ride that could keep from being outdated.
My only question is Meet the Robinsons popular enough that people are going to flock to this?
I think it will be. I mean, we all know the movie.
Yeah, I think if you make it.
I mean, yeah.
Make it exciting enough, people are going to care who it is.
And it sounds
gonna be an
awesome.
exciting ride.
I mean, I think the ride sounds awesome. My only concern would be that people, that wasn't super popular movie.
But I mean, granted, as popular
Neither was Zootopia.
as popular as Avatar was, it's not necessarily well liked in that area because of an amazing attraction. Gets a lot of attention. So I mean, if the attraction's good enough, I don't think it matters what the actual story is, unfortunately, behind it.
I can't agree with Adam enough here. I think this is the opportunity to make a great ride with something, an IP that a lot of people don't know about or haven't seen the movie, and make that movie popular. I mean, this could revitalize a movie like Meet the Robinsons. If you put a good ride with a so-so IP and it works out really well, you can revitalize that movie.
And Disney's not against taking movies that are 7, 8, 9 years old and giving them an attraction all of a sudden.
Well, shit, it took 25 years to get Little Mermaid.
Shit, she's got 2.
We're getting Mickey Mouse fucking next
Finally.
year.
Yeah,
90
years later.
Fair enough.
9 years later.
When did Ratatouille come out?
2003.
2013?
No,
Oh, really?
3.
It was 3. It was early. It wasn't
2003.
Okay, so and we're just now, granted, France had it first, but Epcot or whatever, locally, stateside, we're just now getting a Ratatouille ride. So it's not outside the realms of possibility for them to dig back in the well and pull out.
Lion King and Beauty and the Beast still technically don't have rides. They've only ever had attractions. Shows.
No, Beauty and the Beast has one, I want to say, in Japan, or is getting one in Japan?
I think they're getting one in Japan.
They're getting one, yeah. You can ride a teacup.
So, I mean, Beauty and the Beast is getting one.
No, awesome attraction, Mikey. I really dig this. It could certainly revitalize Meet the Robinsons.
I didn't upload my 3D rendering.
I know. I'm waiting for this. We're waiting for the 3D renderings and the artist rendition of this. Now
It's like goes like this.
all right, awesome attraction. So Tim, you're next.
All right, so one of the things about Tomorrowland Speedway is it's really, in my opinion, it's not quite Tomorrowland. It's not quite Fantasyland. It's kind of like a bastard child of the park because you can put anything.
Yeah,
It's
it's a weird location.
It's a weird location. And one of the franchises I think that is sorely underrepresented in the parks is Cars.
Yes.
Came up with it. We're going to kind of do a reimagineering of Radiator Springs Racers from DCA, but because Tron is going there, you don't have the height to fully build Ornament Valley and Radiator Springs. So it's going to be an indoor kind of dock ride, trackless. There's going to be 2 separate storylines that you can go on this ride. One, you can ride a Lightning McQueen card, follow that storyline, and the other one is you can ride Tow Mater.
Like Georgia style, ride in the back of the pickup truck.
Yeah, exactly. You can swing from his hook.
Oh God, it'd be great if he was towing the vehicle.
Yes, and he's swinging you.
I'm sorry, Tim. Sorry, I'm done.
He is now.
So for the Lightning McQueen side, you can have some of the scenes from the original. If you haven't ever ridden the original in Disneyland, it kind of follows the first movie. So you're gonna have the scene where he goes tipping tractors with Tomato, which that scene is gonna overlap. So that both vehicles are gonna be in that scene together, and the 2 ride vehicles that interact with each other as you're going through that scene. But for the Lightning McQueen one, you're also going to ride through Miss Fritter's racing school.
Ooh, fun.
Where she's teaching racers the art of demolition derby, and she tries to get you into a practice derby, and your ride vehicle has to dodge all the other students' vehicles as you're running through her school. You're also going to have a drag race with Cruz Ramirez. What? You look like you want to say something, Scott.
I'm just getting chubbed up thinking about this.
He wants this attraction.
It's gonna have his right now.
I was trying to figure out a way to incorporate Jackson into this, but I really couldn't figure that out.
Just give me Lewis Hamilton calling up my speed.
I could do that. So now for the Tow-Mater side, it's going to be a little bit slower, a little bit laid back. Tow-Mater's going to take you on a tour of what he does throughout the day. He's going to go tipping tractors with Lightning McQueen. He's going to scare himself with ghost stories. And then he's going to fall asleep while he's driving. And when he falls asleep, he dreams of espionage and spies.
Cars 2!
You're going to get...
I love this!
You're going to go on a secret mission with Finn
Just
McMissile.
exploded.
Yeah, can someone send Andrea a message? She needs to bring him a couple towels.
I love it.
You're going to go to a mission with Finn McMissile, and that's where the interactive part is going to come in, and you can determine the outcome of the mission based on some touch points on the car. And then at the end of it, Mater's going to wake up not knowing what happened, and he's going to exclaim that nothing ever exciting happens in Radiator Springs.
Tim, please stop. I can only get so erect right now.
You're hurting this man.
I don't know how he's able to cram a whole ride into that small amount of time. Meanwhile, I've got fucking 8 pages over here, and I left half the shit out.
I didn't want too much detail because, as everybody knows, when we do these things, and the drunker I get, the more I stumble. It's like, make it short, sweet, done, move on to the next person.
Oh, man. First of all, Tim's right. There is nothing more underrepresented at Walt Disney World than their biggest franchise on the Pixar side, and that's Cars.
Except for
I
Toy
was
Story.
just gonna have to agree.
Fuck
Toy
Toy
Story's
Story.
a lot bigger.
Well, but is it underrepresented?
Yeah.
It's got a
in
land.
world it is.
Cars? In World it is.
In World, it is. In World, it absolutely is. It's only represented in
we're
Disneyland.
getting the Lightning McQueen's Racing School, which is basically a meet and greet inside with Cruise
Okay,
and
I
Lightning.
misunderstood. I thought he was saying Toy Story was underrepresented.
No, he was saying that Cars was the biggest
Car-
franchise.
Cars is-
in
Cars is
okay.
better than Toy
Pixar.
Story.
and-
Yes.
I got you.
Yep.
You know what, Scott? I've been trying to be really good about this year, but you're just not right.
I like it better. I
Kinda.
like it better. The fun jokes, the hidden nuances, the inside jokes.
I like Cars better than Toy Story.
No, I'm with Trenton
I
on
love
this one.
Cars.
I'm with Scott.
I'm
I
sorry.
love Cars. That's fine.
You did what in your cup?
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
exactly.
I cannot watch Toy Story. I can't watch
is that?
Cars 2.
I'm happy that a tornado in a trailer park.
I cannot watch
Is that a
it.
tattoo I see? Is that some pinstripe action?
Exactly.
I don't think Larry the Cable Guy's funny. I don't think Owen Wilson's good.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Really, Trent?
Wow.
I don't think it's bad.
I love Larry
I mean,
the
you're
Cable
sitting
Guy.
over there with Billy Zane.
I don't dislike Cars. I just don't think that it's better than fucking Toy
There's
Story.
no way it's better than Toy Story.
Billy Zane. Wow.
No, I never cried watching.
Yeah,
Cars.
Hey,
exactly.
you guys know the best
Actually,
way
no,
to settle?
I did.
I cried at Cars 3.
I did.
I cried at Cars too because I was like, I sat through this.
This is so bad.
I love
what
Cars
happened
2.
to. What did I do to get punished to
I love
watch
Cars
this
2.
movie?
But no, Tim is right. Cars is sorely misrepresented in the parks. I mean,
That's very
there's
true.
nothing.
It's got a resort.
Yeah.
Wing.
Even
Not really. I mean, it got a section.
it-
of
Well, they also removed the Pixar Place walk-in, or the Pixar walk-in Hollywood Studios, so that you can't even take your picture with Lightning McQueen down there anymore.
well, that's
can
because
you?
it's inside
Yeah,
at
they
Lightning
moved
McQueen's
him.
Racing School coming in June.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I would love to see some cars represented in the park. I think what they did over at Art of Animation, if any of you guys have been over there
It's
to
beautiful.
walk through it, it's amazing.
It's insane. It's
And
insane.
I love the videos. There's blogs about them creating these essentially fiber plastic cars, and then finding a way to get the paint on the bumper chrome looking without it actually being chrome because you can't have chrome on thermoplastic. It's really cool. I would love to see cars in the resort or in the parks.
I must say, Tim, I'm glad you went a different way other than trying to recreate Radiator Springs Racers, because if you tried to do it in that amount of space, it would fall flat, I think.
Well, yeah, and I didn't want to do that because we have Test Track.
I think if you tried to remake that ride here on a smaller scale, people would compare it, and it would be
No, it
terrible.
would have to be a mirror
go in a
image.
different
Yeah, no,
direction.
you couldn't do it.
And I love this idea of having.
And the room is not there to make it that. I mean, you could put it in what Test Track is for sure, but it wouldn't fit what Test Track is.
Well, I don't think you could put it with where
Yeah, you
Test Track
can.
is.
Because they'd have to tear the whole building
You'd have to
down.
tear the whole building down. You'd have to.
Well, yeah, but the footprint is there.
Yeah, the footprint would be there.
But it wouldn't, theming wise, it wouldn't.
No.
They're
fit
not
there.
tearing that building down.
The only place it would have.
Don't they run 2 vehicles at the same time?
Yes.
Who?
Yeah, you race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
No.
No, in Radiator Springs.
Radiator Springs Racers.
Oh, Radiator Springs, yeah, you race.
No, I would love to see this because it makes it rewritable a couple of times, and you're certainly gonna not just go through the same ride over and over and over again, and you're gonna get some different perspective. I like this. I like it a lot, and I love the Cars 2 section.
Yeah, and I figured make it Mater's Dream because that's what officially they've decided to call.
And anytime you can
Yeah.
put Sir Michael Caine into my park, I dig that.
Just can't.
Basically, it's the middle part of Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get the dream sequence going.
Yeah.
Wayne's
We
World.
also call that the epilepsy segment.
No, I dig this. Now I've calmed down. Thanks, Tim. Thanks for that. I need a
Scott's
cigarette.
got to go take a cold shower. What you guys don't know, fourth wall break, Scott had to go take a cold shower, now he's back. He's recording it.
He's smoking a cigarette,
He has his
was-
robe on.
wiping the sweat off his
Was it
forehead.
good for you too, Tim?
Hope that was as good for you as it was for me.
God.
It was. I was like, and I redid this 4 times because what you guys don't know is this episode was what 3 months,
A month and a half.
It kept
Literally a month and a
pushing
half.
back. And my initial idea, which I'll tell later after everybody does theirs, was totally different.
All right. Okay. Adam.
See, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put people in airtight cars and send them down a mountain in water and pray that they don't die at the end.
Asphyxia the ride.
Well, people can hold their breath for about a minute.
Adam,
Yo.
it is your turn to reimagine this Tomorrowland Speedway.
All right.
Or just get rid of it.
Well, I got rid of it.
I think we all will.
I had a few ideas to how to try and save it, but they were weird. So I kind of went with a Wally theme. For
You
future.
son of a bitch.
Oh, shit.
Dole Scott's idea.
Dirty son of a bitch.
Again? This is
like it.
Scott.
Well, that's what you get for not going first.
This is why you didn't mean to mow yourself. So this is your own
I
fault now.
should have.
It's your own fault.
So, for the opening of the building, I'm gonna have by and large, like a storefront almost, and make it like just because you need a queue, and it was the easiest way I can get you inside the ride and inside the theme. You can, when you walk in, you see the supermarket, and as you're going through the queue, the items are getting less and less, and in the display you're going to see the chair, the floating chair from like the people chair.
The people mover chair.
The Axiom, yes.
The Axiom?
The Axiom's actually the ship.
Well, no, those chairs
Yes.
were on the Axiom,
Yes.
the lazy people chairs.
Lazy people, those are godsends. Are you kidding me?
So,
They had no bones left because they were just all gelatinous ooze from sitting on those chairs.
Yeah.
ew.
That happens now, too. It's called My 600-Pound Leg.
That was the grossest thing I ever heard on the show.
So,
Mikey get chubbed up about gelatinous people?
Yeah.
I almost made Tim spit his
No.
bourbon out.
I almost spit my bourbon out all over my desk.
It's the vagelatinous people that get me chubbed up.
Wall.
Oh, I almost just vomited all that bourbon that I just almost spit on my desk.
I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit. All right. Chairs.
so by the time you walk through, you're actually getting to this Earth, how Earth was represented towards the beginning of WALL-E, where it's everything in your cube. There are cubes of garbage everywhere. So you get on, and you're actually a WALL-E unit. So basically, how it works is the first scene. It'll be. I'm thinking it's either going to be 2 people per car or possibly 4 people per car back to back. But I haven't figured out the whole thing yet. So your first scene here is actually, everybody kind of likes the interactive rides. No matter what you can do, as long as you can control them in some way. So the first scene, you're going to have like a video screen. The cars are going to be able to move back and forth, like towards the screen and away from the screen. And what you're going to do is you're going to have virtual Wally arms that are controlled with like joysticks that you're able to scoop the garbage off to the screen to make cubes. So the more cubes you make, the more garbage you collect, the higher your score will be. Scott's looking more and more angry with me.
Scott went from orgasming to steaming mad in a matter of...
I am deeply depressed right now.
Chubbed up to inverted. Let's go.
Well, you were fisting navel, so I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Oh, right. Yeah, Scott's getting pegged.
Oh, this hurts.
In the second scene, once you're done with that minigame, you get into the second minigame. So this is almost going to be like a Tetris-style game, where now you actually have to stack cubes and fit cubes into those big towers that you see.
Of trash.
What?
Cubes of trash.
Pretty much. Well, that's what it was in the movie.
Mm-hmm. I know. That's my favorite part of the movie. I'm just glad you incorporated that part when he just puts it all in there and he just... bleh, and then the big cube of garbage comes out. I love that part of the movie. The first time I watched it, I was like, this is the best. I can just watch him do this for hours. Yeah. Yeah. I laugh.
Listen, I've wanted Sphero to make a robotic Wally
You have to understand, Wally
ever,
was
and they haven't.
one of my all-time favorite movies.
Wally's a great
In-home trash compactor that you just put your garbage in, it goes, it just spits out a big cube. Sorry, Adam, I'm so glad you brought that part into this.
So after that stacking game's over, though again, whoever's in the car, the higher you get, the more points you score. It's that simple. Third scene has you getting actually onto the axle. And this is where a little bit more of a track-based ride would come on. And now you're... Scott's really fucking pissed. I stole his whole fucking idea.
Scott's going to edit yours out to be last.
Keep going. I mean, keep going with my ride.
And what's going to happen here is you're actually racing through the chairs on the ship, trying to get to the end, where Eve is actually sitting outside the ship. The end of the attraction is actually you're chasing after Eve in space. And you have what you're going to have is he uses a fire extinguisher to propel himself. So you'll actually have a turbo button on your dashboard to give yourself a little bit extra boost of speed every now and then. And at the end, you catch Eve. Eve has the plant, and you get back on the axle.
The best part of the movie.
Everything is good. And I'm sorry, Scott.
It's okay.
So I have a question, just like Mikey. Where's Mo? I want Mo in this.
Again,
Mo.
Mo didn't fit because I would have to get him into the... In order for me to make Mo fit, I couldn't figure out a way to make the ride actually flow and have you fall into that trash compactor thing. Because that's basically where that whole Mo thing's... And then...
Well, you could make Mo make little cameos here and there, like a little...
Yeah, I mean, he could be in the action, like, running after you, maybe. Cleaning up while you're racing through the fat people.
cleaning up fat people's gelatinous ooze.
The gelatinous ooze while you're fisting a navel orange. I don't fucking know, because the juice gets everywhere and that's messy and acidic.
No,
because those people got greasy farts. I mean, they do.
That sure is a meaty wedge.
No, this is an attraction. I think this is a franchise that also
gets no love.
No love for
at all.
And sadly, because this is a great film. Andrew Stanton made a fantastic film. Don't do a 2. Just do not sequel this. Leave it alone.
There's no need for a sequel.
A sequel.
Oh, they will.
You can't do a sequel for this. It doesn't make sense.
You can't do a sequel to this. It's a one and done.
It should be, and I hope it will.
The story doesn't allow for it. Because where it ends, it just... You're going to end up with another situation like Cars 2. I'm sorry. Cars 2 wasn't a great movie, and...
Yeah, you are.
You're just going to put it out for the sake of putting it out.
Well, okay, so Disney will make a WALL-E 2.
Eventually, probably.
So. I don't think...
Or a live-action WALL-E.
Live-action WALL-E.
No, I love the movie. Love the
you mean
idea
Short
for the
Circuit?
ride.
That came before
Right.
Wally, though.
Short circuit. Johnny Five is alive.
There's,
Nova, disassemble.
isn't there a Short Circuit
But
2 and
funny
3?
thing is,
though?
I actually just read a story about Wally today. I didn't even know Adam was doing this. Andrew Stanton, when he was directing the movie, could not get through the scene where "Put on your Sunday clothes" without crying.
It's his longing for companionship. It's
It's
amazing.
such a great
Yeah.
movie.
It really
It's
is.
If you ever felt
I-
isolated, if you ever felt truly alone, you will feel something for this robot.
Like when Wally is like, first of all, I mean, the first 25 minutes, there's no dialogue whatsoever other than the songs from what he plays on his iPod video.
I think it was
which is
Hello
amazing.
Dolly.
Yeah, Hello
Yeah.
Dolly.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic film.
And when
It
he
really
holds
is.
his own hand like that, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's a rough movie.
Well, he has a little cockroach
What?
friend.
cockroach.
His little
He
cockroach
rolls
friend.
over him
Gotcha.
too. That was I remember that.
Yeah. He almost kills him.
Many times.
Yes, over and over and over.
Which is something, because at the apocalypse where we destroyed the planet, the only thing that's alive is a robot and a
Cher.
cockroach.
Cher somewhere.
And Cher. Cher's
Her
probably
and
on the
Keith
other side of the
Richards are
planet
hanging
with
out somewhere.
with her final farewell
Final
tour.
garbage tour.
No, this is amazing. And Trent, I'm going to save you for last because we're going to go Wally back to back. All right. So you know,
Whatever,
one of the
fuck
things
me,
that
right?
I love about Tomorrowland is what they did in the '90s when they decided to make it a city, the city of Tomorrowland, and have this like virtual city where there was like a chamber of commerce and there was a museum and an exhibition hall. If you think of the timekeeper was an
Oh,
a
you mean all
science
the
exhibition.
stuff that's there, not there anymore?
I know, right? Which they've ruined because
They've
some of
ruined
these
that.
things were amazing.
Timekeeper's
I want them to
fucking
bring back
awesome.
the city of Tomorrowland. So, as you walk through the city, at the far back is Space Mountain. Now, Space Mountain was supposed to be the spaceport of Tomorrowland. Okay? We're going to finally turn that into a spaceport. And that building next to it, the Tomorrowland Power and Light Authority, whatever they call it, which is basically an arcade for the last, 20 years.
No, I think they got rid of it.
They got rid of it. It's
They got
just an
rid of
empty
it.
building right now.
No, I think they're getting rid of it for Tron.
No, that's back behind it.
No, I
You
think because they changed the whole exit.
No,
For-
no. Space Mountain doesn't come out of there. Space Mountain comes out of another entrance or another exit. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this as kind of the entrance into the spaceport. And you're going to board the Axiom because the Axiom has landed, okay? The Axiom is going to be a fully built spaceship that you're going to walk into because when the Axiom has been decommissioned, they needed to do something with it. So what do? They're going to turn it into a zoological park. Okay? Gut the inside and make it a zoo. So as you board the Axiom, Captain McCrea will take you on a tour, and you're going to get into your vehicle and you're going to go through a tour of all these zoological enclosures. And as you progress the tour, you'll board your hover chairs, these maglev. It's going to be like a trackless ride system, very similar to what Hong Kong has with Mystic Manor. And you're going to go through he's going to guide you from a hollow screen at the front of your vehicle so that you can see what he's telling you about these animals. Now, the first exhibit seems all right. You're going to notice something peculiar, and that's our little robot friend Wally fiddling with something in the corner. Now, as you pass through this first exhibit, you're going to then see all of a sudden red lights and warning signs. Wally's kind of messed something up, and all of the exhibits have now been let loose. You need to help Wally and Eve and Mo put them all back together. So here is where your ride vehicle is now going to split up into 3 separate tracks. So you'll each get a guide, which is Wally, Mo, or Eve, and you're going to go through the Axiom and try to capture these animals, and using, Adam, I hate you for this, your interactive joystick to help recapture the animals.
But Scott, didn't you cheat? Because isn't this supposed to go where the current Tomorrowland Speedway is?
Yeah, that's right next to Space Mountain. Right next to the Tomorrowland Power and Light Authority.
Let's look at this fucking map.
Well, remember, Scott's concept of how close buildings are is a bit
Yeah.
skewed
Stop. No. We're not having this debate again.
I want to say Space Mountain's all the way in the back corner of that area.
because, yeah. Right.
Oh, you have the gift shop next to it, which I believe that is now Tomorrowland Power.
That's what Tomorrowland. The gift shop was Tomorrowland Power Authority.
Yeah, we're getting rid of the gift shop.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of
That's
that.
connected to Space Mountain. You exit out into that.
It is.
Not anymore,
no,
but
not
you
anymore,
used to.
You used to. Now you exit out by the sign.
But if
But are you
that's
destroying the people? Are you destroying the people?
But where am I going to get my personalized magic band
And
or my
he's-
personalized cell phone?
This is where
case?
you're going to go in. That's where you're going to be your queue to kind of go
Okay,
through this
okay,
like
okay.
queue.
oh, so
and
it's like a
into the ride.
1,200-mile queue, just like how we had to walk 40 feet for a different building for.
You're gonna need a long queue because this is gonna be an awesome ride. So all right, so as the axiom goes haywire because Wally has screwed something up,
as usual?
as usual.
Wally never screwed anything up.
He made messes.
He made a mess, but he never screwed anything up.
He
screwed
ran
things
over a
up.
cock. He ran over his only friend with a car.
What was his?
Or the-
what
or
was
not a
Wally's-
car's wheel.
No. I'm gonna fight somebody
His
on
track.
this. What did Wally screw up?
He dirtied
Dirty
the axiom.
and Mo had to like chase after him, and then he made big messes all over the place.
The reason why he made a big mess is because he was never supposed to be brought on that ship
Oh,
in the
God.
first place.
Wally is Jar Jar.
Yes.
No. Fuck you, Mikey. Absolutely
No,
not. I will
stop,
fight
no.
you. No.
How dare you?
As you keep going through the tour, you're going to see these alien type creatures that are being on exhibit here. Venus flytraps, giant alien creatures that kind of are some are kind of harmless looking.
Are you gonna have a
and-
Stitch?
No, but this
I was going to ask for 626.
we are bringing back Skippy.
Okay.
The peanut butter?
No,
Yes, the peanut butter, because that was a major part of all Disney attractions, Skippy peanut butter.
I think
If
they're
anything,
sponsored
it
by
should be
Jif.
Peter Pan peanut butter, but we won't get into
Well,
that.
Skippy
Yeah.
was the sponsor of the original Mickey Mouse. Club.
See?
But yeah, we're gonna bring back these audio animatronic aliens, and one of them is gonna be Skippy, and you're gonna have to put them back in their cage. You're gonna use your interactive elements on your ride vehicle to put them back, and you'll go through 3 separate tracks, 3 separate paths where Wally, Eve, or Mo will help you recapture some alien creatures, and then you finally come back to the main room where you have to capture the most fearsome creature, which I don't really know what I would make it, but we have
It has to be Stitch.
It's not gonna be Stitch. It's not gonna be Stitch. Stitch is a dog.
Well, you pretty much just built Wally's Ark.
Yeah, built Wally's Ark, which is what it was. And then you're all going to work together. So now you've come into this main room, and now you all work together. Each car has to do a little work to recapture this last alien, and then you restore power. And Wally, Eve, and Mo thank you as you leave, and Captain McCrea waves to you as you go by, and you exit to the gift shop, where you can get your Wally magic bands and Wally plushes and Wally Spheros.
For the first couple months, and then it'll just be all Mickey Mouse shit.
Yep.
So what you've done is you've got Space Mountain, which flows right into the Power and Light.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. That building's
Not
going
well,
away.
you're right.
I want to
Okay.
make...
Well,
so when you get on Space Mountain, you're supposed to be going through a spaceport, but you don't actually go anywhere. Now you're going to get on a dry docked ship that sits there at the spaceport, and you're actually going to go through the spaceport.
so you
Bringing back the
you-
theme
you're-
of the
you're
city
tie-
of Tomorrowland.
Right, you're tying
Well,
Space Mountain into outer space with the Axiom, though it's technically still on Earth because it's now
Dry docked.
Dry
a
docked.
zoological
Yes.
preserve. And it's okay, spaceport. So it's in space. Then
Yeah.
it's it's offloaded all of its gelatinous ooze bodies, and it went back up to space. Meanwhile, everybody's
Veg
stuck on
gelatinous?
Earth, being literally stuck on Earth because they've been accustomed to 0 G's. Good job, Scott. You killed everybody.
Well, let's not forget about the gelatinous bodies trying to stand up.
Right? Yeah.
Well, yeah, which was amazing at the end of that movie. It was like, how the hell are you standing up? You've been in a chair for your whole
Right.
life.
No, I really...
So this ties into cosmic rays perfectly. So now that has to stay, and so
Oh,
does.
because you
bring
can
it
you,
back,
ha-
'cause
you have to bring
everything's out of
Cosmic
space.
Rays because he has to be the beast at the end.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, but you know what? Don't save that cosmic frog. Just shoot him right in the head.
Fuck that frog.
You know, like Adam, I wanted to put this most underrepresented property in the park. It needs to be there somewhere. It's really a
I
shame.
don't get
I
why.
thought
he's
Cars
not.
was the most underrepresented, Scott. You can't have two different most underrepresented.
No, but
at
he's
the
not
same-
in any park.
Yeah,
He's not in anything.
Nothing.
I don't think you can't even find merch for him. That's true.
Get ear hats. That's it. Wally's got ear hats. And those just came out literally last
Adam's got his
last year.
shit like right next to him. He was prepared.
He's still got the tag on it. He's like those guys that leave the stickers on their.
I never
their
wore it.
Flat bills.
He's like Mini
all of our
Pearl.
ear
Most
hats
of our
have
ear
it,
hats
we don't
have
wear them. I can't wear them because my head is too fucking big.
I can't wear them either.
Dude, I can't even buy regular hats that fit me right.
Well, that's because
Me
you got
either.
a big skull. All right, Trenton,
All right, so
tell me you did some Wally.
I didn't.
Well, I hope this is a good ride because these have all been great rides.
I went a totally different direction from everybody, so that I couldn't be compared to anybody else. Because I knew everybody would do rides. I did a restaurant.
I was going
to
to
be
say,
honest with
you just look like any normal homeless guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
shit.
like any other normal homeless guy, I'm probably hungry, so I did a restaurant.
Can I please have some more?
So my idea here was, it's by Space Mountain, it's by Tron. Let's do another space-themed sort of idea. So I went with it's going to be a restaurant and a planetarium. I don't have a name for it, so I was kind of hoping we could all figure that out together because it would be a fun, interactive thing for us to do together. But my idea is it's going to be a dome-type structure, but also have the almost triangular panes of the Figment Pavilion.
The pyramids.
Yes, but more domed. So you're going to be inside.
geodesic,
Yes, that's
like the
Oh, so
Sussex County
Spaceship Earth.
Technical School.
Sure. So you walk in. It's going to be the first thing you're going to notice when you're in the lobby of this restaurant is that all the stars are on the roof, on the ceiling of this restaurant, and we're not talking the pyramid and Epcot stars. We're talking an interactive, screen based. It's the actual stars, and every so often there will be a 2 or 3 minute, almost show where, so the stars start forming into Disney characters and stuff like that. But I really went fine dining with this restaurant. You're going to walk in. It's going to have a large open kitchen right in the middle in almost a sphere or oval shape where there will be room for a chef's table in there. Also, everyone likes an open kitchen. It also keeps chefs honest, in my opinion, from my experience.
I totally agree. Honestly, I think you should have open kitchens. It makes for a better atmosphere. Makes for better quality food.
It's a wonderful atmosphere. It's a fun thing to do. Speaking from a chef's perspective, you fucking hate it, but
Because you can't dig your finger in your nose and then cook your food.
well, it's not that. There's just a lot of practices that happen in kitchens that people would be like, ugh, but it's like, oh, I'm going to taste this, but you taste it off the end of a spoon and then you taste it off the front of the spoon. Not necessarily unsanitary, but if somebody sees you putting the handle of a spoon into a sauce, they're like, what the fuck's that guy doing?
A lot of tasting spoons.
So, the real big idea with this is that the location that it's in, you get a pretty good, especially with a domed view, with elevated seating of not only the show that will be going on during your meal, but also the screens will roll back right around the dinner time. So this is going to be one of the most sought-after reservations in Disney World, where the screens will roll back off the glass ceiling, and you'll be able to watch the fireworks while you eat from the restaurant.
Retractable roof.
Not retractable roof, technically retractable screens, because the screens will be covering the roof, and the roof will be glass.
Okay.
So Trenton built the restaurant at the end of the universe. I don't know if anybody else is going to get that reference but me, but that's fine.
Douglas Adams!
Yes.
No fucking idea what that means, but
So long and thanks for all the fish.
but I really thought that Magic Kingdom needed something a little more upscale. I think that Be Our Guest tries to be upscale, but it falls fucking on its face.
It tried really hard at the start to be upscale, and so did
So did Skipper's Canteen.
See, I never thought because we ate. To be honest, we ate when freaking
Be Our Guest.
Be Our Guest first opened,
Be Our
and
Guest
it
first
wasn't
opened.
that upscale.
But it wants to be.
It
It
wants
wants to be
to.
fine
It
for
It wants to
dining.
be. But it can't. I don't think it can be in Magic
It's
Kingdom.
not.
Yeah, not as a quick
And
serve.
neither could-
Because technically it's still kind of a quick serve.
And
For
neither
breakfast
could-
and lunch at dinner, it's not.
Oh, well.
I can't picture. Skipper's Canteen is not high end either, though.
But they tried to have like quirky cuisine when it first started with the head-on prawns and
Which were not good. Those
the
were fucking
steak
terrible.
salad, but the beef ragu that wasn't really a mac and cheese thing is what they called it.
But the problem is with well, I'll be honest with you. The problem is that they were trying to make it
Adventurous.
No, they were trying to make it affordable and high-end at the same time. I'm sorry,
Right.
sometimes those things don't mix, and
No,
that's
they never
what they
mix.
found.
You
But that's the
if you
real
want to go
issue
high
here.
end, it's going to cost high end prices.
Exactly. They try to keep it out of that truly deluxe restaurant feeling, and it didn't work.
Now,
Which is
Trent,
really what I'm doing.
now, Trent, the beauty of this is the flight that we took to and from London on British Airways. The windows don't actually have like pull down curtains anymore. They have little buttons that dim the windows. It creates like a black window, so that
One of those ionized thingies.
yeah. So you could
See,
do that
even
with that.
that's a great technology.
You could
That's
keep
great
your
usage
you
of
could
that.
keep your glass ceiling the entire time, and it's like an LED display or a liquid crystal display, and then with a push of a button, it goes to clear glass, and you can see the entire night
Would
sky.
you be able to project on that, though?
Probably.
Yeah.
You have
Not if
enough.
it's-
you
Not
have
if
enough
it's
project-
not if
project-
it's
Well, no, it
glass.
turns into a like a frosted, an opaque glass. During the daytime, you're going to want it frosted and opaque.
Right, no,
So that
but
it-
he wants to do like a planetarium thing
Yeah,
where he
and you
wants to
could
have a
keep
night
that.
sky.
You could
Right.
keep that and project onto that at night. And then when it comes time for the fireworks, you flip the switch and it goes to clear, and now you can see the castle.
I think
In
I
the
like
sky.
a screen idea better for this. Just for the simple
Yeah.
reason that just because if you're
Well,
looking
no,
at
you're
a
right.
No, I'm
You're
agreeing. I'm saying, yeah.
No, you're
Be-
right, because you'd have all the trusses and stuff.
and you'd have reflections
Yes.
because you're shooting an image onto a glass that's going to reflect on a dome. So
well, it would be frosted. It would be like a...
but it's still 2 layers of glass,
That's
even
true.
with
Well, yeah, it's frosted in the middle
true.
or however
Yeah,
it
you're right.
reacts, but you're still getting
Still,
some
yeah, so you still need the
reflection, so,
screens. But I like the idea.
And also, I would hate to be the one motherfucker stuck looking up because his had a bug in it and didn't defrost. Everybody else's
Yeah.
defrosted.
that would
Yeah.
suck. There's that one cube in the middle that would drive me nuts. My OCD would trigger so hard. That would be awful.
So I was definitely going for. This isn't Victoria and Albert's level by any means, but I think Citrico's Yachtsman, Flying Fish. I think that's
you could
fair.
do like I think Disney's afraid to do that at Magic Kingdom.
I just
Because
don't
of
think
the
they
clientele.
have the space for it. Because when you think about a lot of the restaurants in Disney, they all share kitchens with somebody else.
Yeah.
Every single one of them shares a kitchen. There's
Yeah.
no dedicated kitchen restaurant in Disney.
The Beast Castle shares
That-
with Gaston's Tavern.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody shares. There's no high-end, professional level, like high-grade.
unless you're
kitchen.
at Springs, like Paddlefish.
Well, I'm not talking. I'm talking about.
Right.
about
No, in
Magic
Magic
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
Oh yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
parks.
There's everybody
And
shares.
Epcot has their own kitchens for each restaurant.
Epcot has their own kitchens. Animal Kingdom has separate kitchens for certain restaurants. This is the only one that shares with everybody.
So this was just. I really thought Magic Kingdom, when I was going to do an attraction, I thought that it really needs a restaurant that people are going to. Hey, those people are walking into Magic Kingdom dressed up pretty nice. I think they're probably going to whatever we end up naming this restaurant.
Well, it brings back that like date night at Disneyland feel when Walt wanted to create date nights, and this would be a good way to do that. Like, look, to be honest, if you have for those of us with kids, if you have a no kid night where you've got a sitter or your in-laws take the kid and you get to have a date night, you're not going to Magic Kingdom. You're going to Epcot. You're going to Animal Kingdom. You're going to Studios. You're going to Brown Derby, Tiffin's, or Monster Paul. Or you're going to one of the resorts. This is a way to bring that back to the Magic Kingdom.
And that's really what I wanted. I actually went through and made a menu.
All right, I'm hungry. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Can we call it Archimedes?
Ooh, I like that.
Hey, sure.
Just because he's attributed with the whole
Sword and
primitive
Stone?
planet. No, but Archimedes is actually credited with creating the idea of the planetarium.
I like it. And you got the Sword and the Stone tie-in.
And I really didn't want to do an IP here. I didn't want to make it a, Wally themed restaurant, or not that I don't like Wally or anything like that, but I wanted it to be. Disney doesn't do a lot of things without IPs anymore, and I think that
agree.
this would be almost a edutainment also / good meal for adults. So for my menu, I really wanted to do modern / almost a molecular gastronomy type menu, an upscale but also modern and with new techniques. My first dish, I went with a lump crab meat salad with tomato broth with cucumber pearls made with agar-agar with a smoked sea salt on top.
There, those boba balls.
What's agar-agar?
It's a thickening agent, so you would
like
essentially boil the cucumber juice with the agar-agar and then put it in a dropper and then suspend it in vegetable oil and then scoop them out with a siphon or a china cap, and it keeps the shape. So it would be like almost pearl onions of cucumber juice or cucumber, yeah. My second appetizer.
By the way, you know Disney is putting boba balls in that one.
Yeah, they're gonna go cheap out on it. My second appetizer is pork lollipops with a cranberry gastrique and pearl onions.
Yep, I want that.
Now my third appetizer is my favorite one. It's a quote unquote smoked oyster with pink peppercorn and shallot mignolet with tarragon vinegar. It's going to come out on a smoke plate with a smoke dome. You take the smoke dome off, so they're not really smoked, but that smoke's infused into the oysters. Take it off, the smoke goes everywhere, and it's right there in front of you.
All right, you're getting me chubbed up again.
I only did 2 entrees, 1 seafood, one non. I did seared scallops with a champagne sabayon sauce, topped with
Love scallops.
Topped with a red onion and chive on top of that, with a seafood stock risotto and a lardon dust made with maltodextrin.
Unless his next entree is a burger, we're not eating here.
Talk dirty to me, Trent. Let's do this.
You know, he's got a kids menu, Tim. He's got to have a kids menu.
So to explain that one, the maltodextrin with the lardon, you would put it into a Vitamix with the maltodextrin, the lardon. So it essentially turns a fat into a powder. So you're going to put the pork fat powder over the dish with the champagne sabayon, which is essentially almost a hollandaise type sauce with the chives, red onions, and the seafood stock risotto. The next dish is a sous vide filet. I did a morel mushroom and red wine reduction foam with seasonal veg and maybe a turnip puree or something like that. And the desserts I have.
Are we actually doing a filet on this? Because I went to a molecular gastronomy place that they took a sirloin steak and they're like, oh, we sous vide and it's going to basically be as tender as a filet. Bull fucking shit, it was terrible.
Yeah, sous vide. So to explain sous vide for anyone that's listening, I'm sure you guys might know what it is, but you're essentially putting it in a water bath after you put it in an airtight bag. Yeah. And it's going to cook it and hold it at the temperature that you want it at for as long as you want. So essentially, you want your steak to be 140, which is going to be a medium rare.
I want it rare.
Yeah, so we'll do it 135, 140. You put it in there, the bag circulates. You put this machine on the edge of the tub, it circulates the water, it cooks the steak to a perfect temperature, you take it out, you sear it, it's fucking perfect. So my desserts, I went with a classic cheese plate, like any other fancy restaurant. And then I did a banana cognac souffle.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I think Adam's got a lard on now.
I love food. If anybody knows me at all, I love food. So
if anyone can tell, I worked the hardest part of the menu. The design doesn't really matter.
Trenton, you can talk chefy to me anytime.
So Trenton, when we come visit you, you're making all this stuff, right?
Yeah, right?
Sure, yeah. Let me get my molecular gastronomy kit out. And that's the thing, is a lot of these are simple.
Hey, for the Arkansan, can you tell me what the hell a molecular gastronomy is? Because it sounds like something I'd get done at the hospital to lose weight.
It's essentially a modern form of cooking, just like with the maltodextrin added to the fat, making it into a powder, the agar-agar making the juice into a gel. It's essentially using chemicals to make things into something that they're not.
So when you say modern form of cooking, you don't mean just fire.
It's fancy shit. It's almost unnecessarily fancy.
It's hipster cooking.
They're okay.
It's not hipster
now
cooking.
We're getting somewhere.
Because it's been around for a while now.
It makes things really interesting. Essentially...
Yeah, about 10, 15 years, 20 years now.
Because I remember the first time I saw it was on Top Chef.
Have you ever... You've seen powdered peanut butter in the grocery store? That's all it is.
It's all powdered peanut butter?
And you can make...
It sounds to me like it's going to taste like flannel and suspenders right now.
No, anything with a fat in it, you can make it into a powder. So essentially you can eat a spoonful of peanut butter dust if you want it. And you're like, holy shit, this tastes like peanut butter. But it's not.
I like this idea.
I'm made of fat, Greg. Can you make me into powder?
Can I take? Can we like do that, like the fat in the body, and like make that?
Yeah,
go
that's
away?
that cryostasis freezing thing.
Adam's just be eating fucking
so-
maltodextrin.
Can you turn gelatinous ooze into?
Right? Can you take the entire population of the Axiom and make it look like Thanos fucking snapped them away?
I get that reference.
So my real idea here was being able to see the fireworks from someplace that's more upscale, that's not 15 miles away.
I'd eat here.
Top of the world is only like a quarter mile away, you know.
Whatever.
Scott, nope.
It was
You don't
hyperbole.
distance.
I'm in a distance right now.
It was hyperbole, Scott. But so I didn't know
You
if you guys
wanted
were
to
gonna like
do it
this, and
from
I
being
think
inside the park. There's the end.
I think
I know.
Tim hated my menu. I knew Tim was gonna hate my menu, but he could get that steak, and you can have the banana.
What's on the kids' menu?
Mac and cheese, Mickey check meal.
But you can make a molecular gastronomy.
Oh, yeah.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese and chicken fingers.
And hot dogs. Mac and cheese and hot dogs.
No, I will eat the fillet. I will eat that fillet. That fillet sounds delicious.
The shit out of everything on this menu.
I didn't want to add too many smoke dishes, but I was gonna do the smoke tray again for a s'more type dessert with.
Can I ask a question?
Yes,
Do you have a signature drink?
I didn't do it. We can decide that right now. Let's decide
Trent,
it. It
Trent.
needs a name.
Trent, you're on a drinking podcast with a Disney problem, and you didn't come up with a
Have you
goddamn
s-
drink?
The only dessert I
Trenton,
have has alcohol in it.
Scott, what is Trenton drinking right now?
What are
Is it
you drinking
Pink
right
and
now,
Fuzzy?
Trenton?
Yingling.
Okay, what did you sandwich your Yinglings with?
Yeah, what did you mix in there?
Oh no, I haven't opened that yet.
Let's look at the
Something
empties pile, Trenton.
Oh no, he's
didn't
popping
have
it
it.
right
He didn't
now.
drink it yet.
Oh, he's topping it off.
Oh
with
my
the,
God, you're a Stepford wife.
White
It is a
Claw hard
raspberry.
seltzer.
You watched the fucking Bachelor, Scott.
I don't drink hard cider or hard seltzer. I'm drinking Blanton's right now.
You know what? You could say that, but a lot of shooters will back me up. This is only 100 calories, and I'm getting my beach body ready.
This
Let's
is
go.
also only 100 calories. Body by bourbon.
And if by a lot of sheeters you mean
Wozni, Russell Lawrence Cole, Brian Adams Jr.
Russell Lawrence Cole will back me on the Blantons.
Oh, I forgot on my pork lollipop. I forgot my pickled watermelon rind on that one. So it's pork lollipops
oh
with
fuck, now I want it. I
cranberry
didn't want it
gastrique,
before,
pearl
but
onions, and a pickled watermelon rind.
I would eat everything
I'm
there.
pickled watermelon.
So do we have any-
Okay, so a signature drink. Just infuse old.
No, we could do a
I would
smoked
like to do a s-
Manhattan.
No, I would do a smoke drink. Because
Yeah.
you spend a lot of time on that. So
I do
something
like
smoked.
I do like smoking things.
But not smoked turkey, because that's available everywhere.
No, and it's also
And it
just
has
way
to
too
be
sweet.
served in the dome. What? Can you do a smoked Manhattan?
Well, you can. You can do smoked Manhattan.
You could smoke the whiskey in house.
So one of the drinks that that I wanted to get in London at our hotel bar was an Earl Grey Vesper. So it was a gin infused with Earl Grey tea, and then they mix it with vodka and quinoa lolly and make it Vesper. It looked really good. Someone else had it at the table next to us. It looked amazing.
It sounds pretty, but I don't. Why would you do that to gin?
Well, because Earl Grey has bergamot and those floral notes, and that would pair really well with gin. Like if you ever smell an Earl Grey tea bag, it smells.
I drink Earl Grey, but it's just.
All I heard was teabag.
I know that was where you guys were going to go with that. Yeah, the Equus bar had this Earl Grey Vesper Martini. That would be my signature drink on that one.
No, I want something smoked.
Yeah, I like the smoked aspect as well. What's Walt's favorite drink? The whiskey.
So it's a Scotch mist.
Yeah, could we smoke the scotch in that? Make it
course.
or smoke
Why
the
not?
lemon rind or
I wouldn't smoke a lemon rind.
No, I wouldn't either. Lemon oil, when you can really.
probably gets
fuck up
bitter.
lemon oil.
Yeah, I guess.
It gets super
What
bitter.
what was that? What Tim? What's that drink where they smoke the orange pill?
Oh, I had it. That's a smoked.
Yeah,
it was a
smoked
smoked
Manhattan.
Manhattan. I made that.
Okay.
I would do a
Let's
smoke.
go with the smoked Manhattan. So do we have any issues with my restaurant?
smoked orange
No,
peel,
I was
No,
I
I
like
would
it.
love to eat there.
I would eat there.
the only
would eat
problem I
that.
have is that the footprint would be so big. But like I said, with the large open kitchen, you're going to lose a lot of seating.
But you have
You have a huge spot there.
You have a.
I
That's
mean,
a
we're
huge
talking-
area. That's.
we're
will be
talking
taken
like
away.
I think I calculated
The
out.
only
It's like
thing I
12.
would-
It's
I
like
would-
120,000 square feet on that pad. It's a big place.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you think the restaurant's going to be too small? Because I was going to do the restaurant in a
Well,
ride.
I mean, if
Absolutely
you're making
not.
it a
120,000 square feet.
It's huge.
if you're making it a
That's huge.
full-size planetarium, you can do so many other things with it. Like, you don't necessarily have to have the restaurant going to use the planetarium part as well. So, like, during the day, you could actually throw on planetarium shows there.
Yeah.
True.
And, I mean, the only thing that I would be concerned about is where to put the planetarium apparatus. Like, because if your open kitchen is in the center,
That was the idea, yeah.
then the planet, usually the apparatus has to go in the center.
I would do the apparatus in the center and then do the open kitchen in like
Like
the
a
back
crescent moon in
half
the
of
back?
restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah.
For a perspective, in the space that's going to remain in Tomorrowland, you will be able to fit the entirety of Space Mountain in that pad. You have a ton of room.
Oh yeah, and Space Mountain's fucking huge.
You have a ton of room.
Now, my question, and of course we don't know it until Tron gets finished being built, but are you going to be able to hear the vehicle Tron?
They run pretty silent.
From what
Do
I
they?
saw, it's not a loud ride.
No, it's
You'll
pretty
hear
silent.
screaming.
Okay, I'm just thinking. Yeah, I mean, you may
But you
hear
can
screaming,
also,
I guess.
I mean,
and-
if you have enough, if you're making a glass dome, you're gonna have to sound deaden it anyway, so that you're gonna have to make sure it's not vibrating at weird levels and all this other stuff. So there's a lot that's gonna go into the engineering aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you want to have that, like, if you put the screen, like, depending on how the screen is, that could add sound deadening. If you put some air in between the two glass walls, that'll add sound. There's ways to do it.
I dig
I was
this.
excited for this.
I would
Yeah.
love for a restaurant like this to be available at the Magic Kingdom, where
Now
you
I
could
have a
sit down,
question for you,
have drinks. I would love, and this is my one desire of Disney, make a sit down bar here like Nomad Lounge, where you can't get the drinks to go. You have to sit down and order it, and they serve it to you, and you can sit there.
That's the one thing you have to be able to have alcohol here, and that was one thing I was concerned with, because it has to have an extensive wine list, obviously, for a finer dining restaurant.
You can have
Wine is fine.
wine and beer, are fine.
The only thing that you would have a problem with the bar in this particular space is light levels.
Light levels and people wanting to come in during the day, not
Yeah.
dressed appropriately and acting appropriately
Yeah.
for said level
I
of
know.
restaurant.
I know.
The only thing that I would worry about is that we don't know what the space thing in Epcot is going to, the space restaurant in Epcot is going to be.
That's going to be more like a space station where
Okay.
they're going to have the tall windows from the the
They wanted to
sides.
use that technology from the fucking Star Wars hotel windows here
Okay.
somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
No, I was just curious. I didn't know.
no. It's I just knew everyone else was going to do a ride, so I'm glad I did a restaurant.
No, I like
I
it.
like it.
I enjoy this. I would definitely want to see this
would
happen
eat
because Magic Kingdom does need some finer dining for dinks,
I know, and it seems like such the original park, and I always think, well, me and Steph should eat somewhere in Magic Kingdom this time, and it's like, well, the only place I want to go is Harbor House. Like,
I mean, I'm trying to think if there's any fine dining in Disneyland.
Blue Bayou is nice, right?
Blue Bayou's
It's
like
not fine dining.
It's not fine dining. It's casual dining.
What's the other one's got Rose in the name? Something Napa
That's
Rose?
not in the park.
That's in the
Oh,
hotel.
okay. I've never been.
No, I mean really the only fine dining restaurant in Disneyland is Club 33.
And I can't count that either because that's super.
Yeah, you can't count that because it's not available.
Because it's exclusive and
Yeah.
it's not available to everyone.
No, I mean they do have some nicer upscale with Blue Bayou and the Plaza.
Yeah, but I can't consider those upscale. I mean,
No,
we've
it's-
eaten in Blue Bayou. I want to consider that anywhere near upscale.
It's casual. It
food
really
is
is just
good.
casual. It's good
but
food,
it's
but
casual. It's a casual restaurant. I wouldn't.
I mean,
consider
I haven't
it
been
upscale.
there in probably now 20 years, but still, it's good food.
It's definitely good food. I didn't. The food in freaking California blows anything we have away.
Oh yeah, the quick service at like Bengal Grill.
All of it. The meat on the skewers.
Yeah,
Everything.
the
there
Bengal
is just-
barbecue. That's it. Over in Adventureland.
Yeah, and that's a cart. That's not even a.
The New Orleans Cafe, so good. I love this idea. I really do. I really do.
I've been wanting to get this out for a while. I'm glad we did this episode finally. I've been building on this idea for a long
Now
time.
you've blown your load on the Armchair Imagineer.
Yeah, finally.
You got me and Adam chubbed up on this one.
I just want to eat everything.
We could even use black pearl wine for the souffle or the fillet, Tim. For the Black Pearl with the morel mushroom foam.
Ooh.
He's not. Oh, it's foam, so he'll eat it because it's not
I
actual
love
mushroom.
that Shiraz.
Wait, you don't eat mushrooms, Tim?
I don't like the texture of mushrooms. I like the taste, but I don't like the texture of mushrooms. It's like eating a fucking
I
sponge.
can understand that.
Yeah, I can see that. No,
Yeah.
I can understand that, actually.
And whenever you cook the mushroom, it tastes like it on the outside, and you bite it, and you're like, oh, this just tastes like nothing in the middle. Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, morels have a good flavor, though. I mean, morels are going to be good. I mean, there was a lot. I actually made a full menu. I just gave you a sampling. I mean, you can do sous vide butter poached lobster tail with,
I'll have that, too.
Oh, God.
Just, one of everything.
You know what? Change it. Make it crab for me because I like crab better than lobster. I'm one of those people.
Crab is really good. Crab is underrated.
we could do some Dungeness lump in there instead.
Oh, dude, stop
See,
it.
then
Stop
I'm all
this.
into that.
Ugh. Man.
I don't know how many people that listen to this since we've mentioned. I mean, I do know how to cook, so maybe not as good as Tim, but
You see, but you're not going to make this for me if I come visit, so I'm very disappointed.
you don't know that.
Challenge me. This is really good. So a lot of good ideas that we have for the Tomorrowland Speedway. Funny story, it's not staying. The Speedway. No one decided to keep it.
I had some
Yeah.
options
No.
if mine was
It can't
used.
say.
That one would kind of keep it the way it is, but not really.
Like here's
I'm
the
in
thing.
no way a climate change guy, but Jesus Christ, this is burning a hole through the world.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it would keep it and update it, but it would still be keeping it.
Right. Well, listen, the one in Disneyland has been updated amazingly. They run Honda engines in those cars, and it's not as loud. It's not as disgustingly
This looks
smelly.
like a fair ride.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Well,
It is.
Here's the
It's a
thing.
carny
like,
ride.
We went on it when Ethan was 2. He enjoyed it. We went on it with him when he was 3. He enjoyed it. I'm not sure he would enjoy it right now because honestly,
can't
at
say
5 years
that.
old, you can go on
No.
some go-karts.
I can't say that because a kid growing up in New York, I didn't have go-karts. I didn't have any of that. So
No.
when I was, even in my, when I was 10, 13, and I was able to be by myself and it be in a car with a gas pedal and not have anybody sitting next to me at that age, that was kind of a power trip.
It's thrilling. Right. The one and only time I ever rode this was when I was 13. But after that, once you get behind the wheel of a real car, or a real go-kart even, it means nothing. As much as I love the idea of this ride, it needs to change. It needs to go.
So I obviously grew up on the West Coast. I grew up going to Disneyland in California, and just outside of Anaheim on Harbor Boulevard, which is where Disneyland is, there was a place, I don't think it's still there, called Slick Track. It was basically a figure 8, okay?
A metal
Very
figure eight.
fucking dangerous because
Yeah.
it was smooth concrete, and they would throw talc on the corners to help you drift. And as soon as we got to about 10 years old, we were able to go on this, and it would ruin any other kind of go-kart ride. It was, by the way, I can't imagine how they didn't get sued about 1 billion fucking times.
It was a different time back
It
then.
was.
When I used to go visit Miami, there was one. It was called Grand Prix, and it was a metal track.
Oh, God.
And the tires were completely smooth, and they'd spray it with water before you went on it. And literally the same thing. It's a figure 8, and you would just slide around the corners.
So
And that was thrilling. From age of 15 on up, that was more thrilling than this ever was.
did they allow multiple cars on at the same time?
In Slick Track? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When you
They
say
would do-
figure 8,
yeah.
did it have a bridge going over, or was it just...
No, yeah, it was a bridge. It was a
Okay.
bridge.
Okay, God, because I'm thinking fucking it's
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah, no, it wasn't a intersection.
every man for himself, man.
No, it's not like Thunder Hollow.
Dude, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking, damn.
Did anybody have any short plan Bs?
I did. I really wanted to try and keep this, and I was trying to update it with kind of like a futuristic, because Tron's going to go there. And I wanted to make this like a futuristic racing ride and take away the actual like track thing where you get actually control of the car, but it was going to have to be much more scaled down, and honestly with the amount of room it just wouldn't work.
Mine was to try to get Chevy over and try to do classic Camaros
Oh.
and keep keep it as it is and do maybe some classic Camaros and some concept cars.
That would be nice.
So just to update it, make it a little more kind of exciting.
Yeah, I was gonna try and add like some futuristic concepts to the scenery, because honestly, the scenery is just it looks like a bad Six Flags ride.
And I had one more.
It does.
What was that?
But I just like the name of it. But I didn't get any further than the name. Was my Inside Out Emotional Support Racers. And that's kind of where that
I'm
ended.
surprised nobody went with the Wreck-It Ralph Sugar Racers.
Slaughter
They're supposed
Race.
to. Well, the problem is they're supposed to be putting something in for Wreck-It Ralph, so I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was trying to avoid.
It's supposed to be like VR
Yeah.
kind of. I was gonna originally go with keep the whole race car type theme, but do a Tesla
Oh, that'd be good.
sponsorship and make them battery powered and trackless.
They're still paying off the SEC though.
Yeah, they're not. Tesla's not doing anything anytime soon right now.
When I was doing a little concept research on the Meet the Robinsons attraction, that's when I discovered that Disney had actually hired someone to do concept art for a Meet the Robinsons ride that basically was the Tomorrowland Speedway, but your vehicle was on like this kind of pedestal that raised it up off the ground about 3 feet. And my original design for my ride was a tracked ride that was suspended from underneath it like that still was able to articulate and raise and lower it. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, you put 2 adults in there or a couple, any type of heavy people, that son of a bitch is falling over.
Yeah.
It is falling over.
why it wasn't made.
Looking at, I was looking at that, go, oof, nope.
That's
That's
gonna
why I
hurt.
went with suspended on my part. But, and again, it was an outdoor thing, which is just, in Florida, a bad idea.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I made mine a dark ride, because you kind of have to have.
I think almost all of us put ours inside.
Yeah. You
We have to
yeah.
in Florida.
You do.
You could not have the full Radiator Springs racers.
Or
in
you
Florida.
have an experience
It would
like
be
you
closed
have in
half the
Toy
time.
Story Land right now, which was conceptualized in California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tails falling off a ride.
Well, it's not even the tail so much, it's that there's no cover from the sun or the rain.
All right. Tails are falling off.
They're not falling off. They're just making too much noise and.
He made a Dumb
I
and
did.
Dumber joke, and I got it.
Someone got it.
I got it, Lloyd.
Stay here and keep saving money for the molecular gastronomy restaurant.
Todd's gonna be mad at me because I didn't get it. It flew right over my head.
I wish they would. I wish they would certainly do something with this rather than reopen
This
the Speedway.
humongous plot of land where
I
these
know,
people
it's
are
a waste of
destroying
real
the
estate.
ozone.
But the problem is there's always a wait for it. This is not
Kids.
going anywhere anytime
Kids, I know
soon.
it's not. Why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. As
It's a people eater. That line is always long. If people are not in line, they're not trying to get someplace else.
Absolutely true. Absolutely true.
And I almost wanted to make a plan for an escape room.
Oh, God, that's not going to eat near enough people quickly.
Yeah, I know.
enough,
That's
Adam.
why I stopped.
that could be something they could do at Springs.
I would love a Disney escape
but
room.
not in the parks. That's a Springs
Have
thing.
you seen any of the video footage or whatever for the Wreck-It Ralph VR thing?
No.
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 It just doesn't look good. It really just doesn't. I mean, they don't make it look like it's real. They make it look like you're stuck in a video game.
No.
See, I would love a Tangled escape room.
Can't look any worse than fucking Will Smith looks as the genie.
Fuck you.
I don't know.
You mean the Fresh Prince of Agrabah?
You are going to say that this looks good, Scott, and I can no longer be your friend.
No, I'm gonna watch it because I want to see how
I'm
it
going to
does.
have to watch it because I want to see how bad they're going to destroy this.
I will not. I probably won't see it in the theater.
No, not in the theater. Definitely not.
I'll wait till the shit comes out on Netflix.
I will not buy the DVD.
Or if it's
I will
offered
not do
on-
any
No,
of that.
Disney
I'm not
Movie
going to support this in any way monetarily. If when it comes out on Kodi, I'll stream it for free.
Yep.
I just
Wait, is there a new picture or something about it?
oh yeah, it
Because-
just premiered at the Grammys.
Oh yeah, I didn't see any of that.
I like the idea for Aladdin. I like the idea for Jasmine. I cannot stand the choice for Genie.
Yeah, Genie was a bad choice.
No.
Genie was. A
I
bad
don't like the
And you
choice
know,
for
I
Aladdin either.
think
He
they-
looks like a 50-year-old man.
But
does it?
here's the game with this also. I also see them making this a little bit racist by accident. And this can go very Bollywood,
Yep.
but I see a Bollywood performance number in here that's gonna piss off everyone.
Well, the first opening song had to be changed.
But it was changed before it was released.
Like if anyone remembers the original, no. In the original song, when the movie first opened, it was where they cut off your ear if they don't like your face. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home. And then about 10 years later, they changed that where it's flat and immense and the heat is intense. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home.
But the laws are a little different. But
Yeah.
this is gonna be a little bit more weird because now you're dealing with live action people in a real culture. You get away with a lot more in cartoons than you do when you deal with real people.
You do.
I'm sorry.
You do. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to watch it. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Don't say you're optimistic. No, don't say that because I'm not.
No. I can't in good conscience say that.
If Jonathan Freeman is not playing Jafar, and God rest his soul, Robin Williams is gone, so give me James Monroe Eaglehart as the genie, I'm in. But other than that, go fuck yourself. I'm not
Doesn't
watching.
make sense. I'm sorry. He can't sing. He's not comedic enough to pull this off.
Have you heard Get Jiggy With It?
It doesn't have to make sense if it makes money.
Have you heard Parents Just Don't
Yeah.
Understand?
Summertime.
Are we sure they're even keeping all the fucking songs in? Because
They
fucking
can't.
Lion King's
Probably
done.
not.
There's no way he has the timing
no
to
way.
pull off Friend Like Me.
I bet you anything that Friend Like Me stays, and I think obviously Prince Ali
No, listen.
is going to stay.
In the history of Disney live-action remakes, which we're learning through the fucking Lion King, where they destroyed the best song.
Oh, this is bad. It's bad.
There's no Be
know.
Prepared in Lion King. They're probably not even going to do Friend Like Me for Aladdin.
But what people need to do is not go see this movie in the fucking theaters. Don't make the box office big, and so it's going to
Hit 'em
go.
where it
They're
hurts.
going to go. Oh shit!
Protest.
Maybe we don't want
Protest.
this.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
protest this.
I'm protesting this.
I want to like this because Aladdin is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I don't want to. No, but they're ruining the whole feel of this movie.
I know.
I mean, they're going to try to make it contemporary. It's going to fail on multiple levels. The reason why they got Will Smith is because they think he has star power. What was the last non-action movie besides that serious role that he had where he played comedic?
Hancock.
Who? Will
Yeah.
Smith?
Men in Black 3.
There was those buddy cop movies with him and Martin
But
Lawrence.
that's what I'm
Boys?
saying. It was either a very high action movie.
Hitch. Hitch was comedic.
But how long ago was Hitch?
Oh, 10 years ago now, probably.
And did he
Oh,
sing?
yeah,
Was Hancock not after
that?
that?
James was thin.
Can he sing?
But Hancock was...
Can he sing the opening overture?
No.
No.
Because the first song that you hear is the genie singing. Yep.
Arabian Nights.
He
Wait,
can't
did Robin
sing.
Williams
he can
sing
rap.
that?
He can't
Yes,
sing.
he did.
Yes, he did.
I thought he provided the voice for the character.
Nope, he sang it.
The singing voice for Arabian Nights was Bruce Adler.
Okay, but still, again, when you have a live action, it's a different thing.
Oh, I know. I mean, first of all, that guy's a Broadway singer, and well, Will Smith is not.
But
I'll give you
It's-
the old Michael Scott. Nope. I don't like that.
Nope.
I agree. There's no way.
I am sad because this is one of my favorite movies of all time. Aladdin is a great movie, and I really, really hope this is good, and it's just not going to be.
He doesn't have the timing to pull this off.
No, he
I don't
doesn't.
care what
No, he
anybody says. The comedic timing here, it has to be on point, it has to be fast, and it has to be smart, and he's none of those things.
And the last time he did that was Wild Wild West.
Banging
on the
bongo
boobies.
on the boobies. That was. Yeah, we went to the
Bad
same place,
movie.
Scott. We went to the same fucking place.
That was lowbrow comedy.
It was lowbrow comedy.
I didn't hate that movie.
That was,
It
a,
was a
bad
bad movie.
movie, too.
But I like Kevin Kline. I like Kevin
I
Kline.
love Kevin Kline. Fish Called Wanda.
That was
That was a good movie.
All right.
Jamie
All
Lee
right,
Curtis.
so look, we are all deeply depressed about this Aladdin trailer. I think so.
Yeah, this episode took a turn.
But I think we are all excited about our ideas for Tomorrowland Speedway. I think for the first time we have 5 really good ideas, and none of them were like wah wah wah. But yeah, look, we have 5 really good ideas. Trenton, 1 poll, not 17.
There's going to be a poll. There's going to be 1. There's going to be 2. to ask if Cars or Toy Story is better.
Yeah.
And then
You asked that.
And then who has the best idea for this?
No. We don't need to do the Cars and Toy Story poll because you know what's going to happen. It's easy to say that Toy Story is better.
Because you'll get
Toy Story's gonna
get
destroy.
shit on.
I like Cars. I like Cars.
No one's saying we don't like Cars.
I'm a man.
Me and Adam are
I'm a
not
man.
saying we don't like Cars.
I love Cars. I love the first and the third. However, to compare them to Toy Story, there's no match.
I cried like a baby at Cars 3.
I was a hot mess throughout the entirety of Toy Story 3.
And then honestly, I have a fear that Toy Story 4 is going to be Cars 2.
Hot garbage.
I don't think so.
I don't think they can go that route. There's not enough
Kill
of a
Buzz
story.
Volume 3.
Kill Buzz.
Are they gonna have a pussy wagon?
Hot.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Wiggle
afraid.
Your big.
Bo Peep is gonna
You
drive
can
that
have Bo
bitch.
Peep in there going, wiggle your big.
Wiggle your big toe.
I swear to God, if Buzz and Woody don't open up a trunk and like a golden like light comes out, I'm gonna be really fucking pissed.
We happy? Yeah, we happy.
Does Mr. Potato Head look like a bitch?
What? What ain't no planet I ever heard
Say
of?
what again, motherfucker?
Bring in the gimp potato.
Yes, I need a Toy Story Pulp Fiction mashup now. Mikey, that's our new cartoon.
You know, I've still got a fucking Incredibles mashup I've been wanting to do with fucking Bob Parr and Frozone.
I say we do Toy Story and Seinfeld.
What is you in this Seinfeld?
Woody is Kramer. Woody is
my
Kramer.
God.
Mr. Potato Head is George Costanza.
You and Seinfeld.
Buzz Lightyear is
Leave
Jerry.
it.
Seinfeld's
Leave
the greatest show that's ever been on TV. So I don't,
All right.
I don't
Speaking
know
of
what your
Seinfeld,
problem
No.
speaking of Seinfeld, we need to recap Trenton's recasting of Hercules real quick. Speaking of polls, so
Did
we
do this last week?
had done all of those polls.
I think we already did. Okay.
Yeah, we did that.
We already did this.
Yeah, we did this in episode 100.
We did it. I think we did it at episode 100. We did actually. Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, it was episode.
I
100.
won. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Is I won the whole thing.
All right. Yes. Overall, the guy who was most afraid of doing this, who was terrified to do this, who said, "I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm not gonna cast anyone good."
But how does he win overall when I won the most individual categories? I don't understand.
I won one individual category.
It's not about the
Yeah,
popular
clearly.
vote. That's what
It's
we
the
learned.
Electoral College. So, going through the ultimate cast that we have, Trenton, your Hades is winning. So Neil Patrick Harris, which was always going to win.
Yeah.
I mean,
Of
that was a
course.
given.
Neil Patrick Harris is always going to win.
Pain and Panic was Adam, which was the two
Yeah,
girls
well,
from
Broad City.
Yes, Broad City.
That thing.
Broad City. That's it. Hermes, Trenton's Jerry Seinfeld.
Let's go.
But very close was Adam with only 3 votes behind.
Adam's Hermes was Aziz Ansari.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, that's
that's
a good
right.
one. Close call with that one. The Muses, obviously, Adam, you ran away with that one.
Yeah.
You, I was the closest one with 5 votes. You had 11, and all 5 of mine were the girls that love Hamilton just like me.
Of course it was.
The best fill went to Trenton, which was
George Costanza.
yeah,
Or
Fucking
Jason
Seinfeld
Alexander for the
Yeah.
layman.
the Seinfeld reference. Kurt Russell would be the best Zeus. That was mine, my only win. Tim's Meg
No,
By
you
a
squeaked that
landslide.
one out, I thought.
squeaked it out over Trenton by 3 votes.
That was that's a landslide.
Technically, it is.
1 vote is squeaking. 3 is a landslide.
Tim, who's your Meg?
Ruth Nega.
No, it was
Ruth Nega. That's it.
Ruth Nega.
And last but not least, Hercules. This was really close. This was a squeaker. 1 vote. We're going with Liam Hemsworth by Tim. 1 vote over.
So it was.
That's
it
a
was
squeak.
just. So what? Trenton won 2.
Trenton won
I
3,
won 2.
I won
You
2.
won
I was
2.
down by 3 on 1 and down by 1 on 1.
and Tim won 2. And Mikey, how'd you do?
I had the best Pegasus, hands down, with Alan Tudyk. Alan Tudyk as the voice of Pegasus.
I just want to thank everybody for knowing who Aaron Taylor Johnson was on Hercules, because I thought I was going to get fucked up in that poll.
Dude, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing throughout the whole episode.
Oh,
so-
yes, of course you did. Of course you did. But you can find those polls and many others, including Trenton's poll on tonight's episode, over at our Facebook group, facebook.com/group/3sheets. That's where you're going to find all the shenanigans. You can make yourself look like a big toe. You can hang out in the parks and share what you're drinking.
You can make yourself look like a pineapple because that's a thing right now.
Pineapples are a big thing.
The pineapple emoji thing is happening. So, fucking 2 toes up to that one.
You can get a pineapple tattoo and match with me. Let's go.
But you can't get 3SM embroidered on a hat
Nope.
in Disneyland.
No, you can't.
Because that's literally threesome. That's what it looks like.
But also, if you want to join the group, make sure you answer the questions. We got a lot, thanks to the Waz probably, or Mikey's friend Brett Odom, the other social chair.
Odin.
Odin
like the
it's
god,
fine.
sir.
It's
Valhalla.
fine. It doesn't matter. He's a Cubs fan.
He is a Cubs fan.
Yeah, that's his problem. We are over at the Facebook. Go over there, check us out. If you're on iTunes, if you subscribe to us on iTunes, please rate, review, and subscribe. That's the best way for other Disney fans like you to find the show. It helps get us up in the ratings. It helps get us up on the search bar. We really just want to make other Disney fans like you find the show and have fun on the Facebook group. If you want to follow us on Instagram and Twitter, we're over there at 3 Sheets Podcast. If you're in the parks, tag us on your Instagram. Don't forget to use the hashtag 3SheetsNation. At 3 Sheets Podcast is our handle. Put us in your comments. Make sure we're a part of your Instagram life. Mikey, over at Magical Meltdown, we've got some new shirts coming out.
Yes, we got new shirts coming out. We got old shirts going away.
Well, you know what? If you missed out on them,
we're going to rotate.
If you missed out on them, you should have bought them earlier.
Yep, just like everybody wanting the Sheetles. You should have been on top of that shit within 24 hours.
Well, and those have been known to come back with a code word to dictate when they're going to be.
They may or may not.
Available again.
You never know. Be prepared.
They may or may not. You never know.
So
Like
that's
a
cut.
Boy Scout.
That's right. But you have a nod to the 305, don't you?
I don't know what that means.
It's Miami's area code.
Don't you know your area codes, man?
I've got holes in lots of them, but not that
Okay.
one.
You don't listen to
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice?
I really do not listen to Horatio Rumpelstiltskin or whatever his name is.
Rob
Van Winkle.
Van Winkle.
Van Winkle.
Yeah.
Van
Well,
Winkle.
you know what? His grandpa Rip isn't bad.
All right, so there are some new things coming out over at Magical Meltdown. One of them is a nod to our very own 305 groupies.
The Miami Mafia. And they've recently launched a new effort to enjoy the parks by the Tea Company. So yeah, I've got the Miami Mafia Tea Company shirt coming out. If you look at it, it looks a lot like the Twinings
That's
logo.
beautiful. When you sent that to me, I was like, I love this. The London.
It's the London, but further
Yes.
south than west.
And warmer.
It's southwest, just southwest of the London.
Okay, so it's Sussex.
And I'm thinking the hippo's got the last of the Earl Grey.
That's a Disneyland reference.
Disneyland Jungle Cruise.
Yep, Disneyland's Jungle Cruise. Best audio cue music ever. But yeah, we got the Miami Mafia Tea Company coming out. There's some other stuff. There's some BSEA stuff, Mikey, right?
I don't know if he thinks that I've got something in mind, or he's talking about stuff that's been out there for a month.
It's been 2 weeks. It's been
Just
2
say
weeks.
yes. Yeah, let's go with it.
Sure.
All right, so go over to our sister page, The Magical Meltdown, www.themagicalmeltdown.net. Check out the glassware, check out the gifts, the coasters. If you like early Epcot, that's where you're going to find some great coasterware there. Also, check out the T-shirts there.
Coasterware?
teepublic does all those. We have some awesome T-shirts there, and some new ones just about to be released when this drops.
They'll be on sale,
They'll be on sale.
like most of the site, it seems.
Every other week.
But anyway.
Mikey, we had some phone calls this weekend.
Y'all some drunk motherfuckers
This is not
duh.
news to
out there.
anyone.
And
not news.
we've got, I want to especially thank Michael Fernandez for being a drunk motherfucker in Disney World. He's currently camping at Fort Wilderness,
Yeah, and with a glorious beard too.
doing it the OG style at like $60 a night. on property with his dome tent, pitched up. And yeah, he
Is it bad? Is it bad that I so want to do this, but we'll never get a chance to?
No, I want to do this, but not in summertime. Like right now is exactly when I want to do it. When it's like 75.
I want to do this. We have a 400-person tent? No, not really.
Yeah, we do. It's a 16-person tent. It's right here, my closet, my office that we've never used.
I've got a 3-bedroom tent in the attic
That's what we have, is
that has a super leaky rain fly, so it's great if it never rains. I would not take it to Florida.
No, ours is like still in the packaging. We've never opened it.
Never used it.
But he's got it.
I have a Jewish wife.
Michael.
I'm not camping.
Well, there's always a boys' trip.
That's true.
You can glamp.
There's always a boys' trip.
Tim, I'm gonna have to rent her own goddamn RV.
Oh, then I might have
You
to
are.
stay with them.
You have to. It's gonna be the RV with Andrew and Ethan in it, and it's gonna be the pads of tent
With
next to
me.
the
She can
RV.
sleep
with us
by
in it.
herself. I'll sacrifice and stay in the RV.
Oh, bless you.
Well, listen, then I get a 3-bedroom tent
Knock
to
yourself
myself.
out.
So yeah, he called. He left a message. We got some text message from the frozen tundra of the Dakotas, and real recently we got some ignorance that came out of South Carolina.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Let's hear. Can we play them?
Yep. Let's play them.
Yeah, I can
Roll
play.
that
'em.
beautiful bean footage.
What's up, 3 Sheets Nation? This is Michael of the Miami Mafia, checking in from Fort Wilderness Campground. Currently, I am drinking a Glenfiddich 12 out here in the camping. It's a beautiful sight. Been drinking pretty hard lately. On this day, on this Friday evening, took off of work, and I just want to say that the Miami Mafia Tea Company is going strong. And there's some pictures of us riding a certain ride, a certain drop ride, drinking some tea on the way down. So, we're going to be posting that later in the group. But just wanted to check in and say, love the podcast, long time listener, first time caller, and can't wait to see you guys real soon. The next sheet up, my Mafia out.
That's awesome.
Oh,
That's
love
awesome. I love Michael Fernandez.
love the long time first time.
All right. So we have one more call.
Oh,
Is that
that's brilliant.
suitable for?
Yeah, no, we got another call that I'm pretty sure is dreadfully incoherent.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we gotta play it.
I'm going
It's-
to. I'm working on it.
So he
I
did post
got-
this in the group. He did post the picture of them on the Tower of Terror.
and he's straight chugging
Oh,
his
good
tea.
for them.
He's awesome.
That's
Pinky out.
impressive. That is very impressive because
That
that's
is, that is very
quite a
impressive.
drop.
That just looks really fucking messy. Though.
It's gonna be
That
messy.
would be my concern. Is
You
just
gotta,
like it's
you
gonna
gotta
go
have
everywhere.
a good
and, like-
seal. You gotta have it sealed up, man.
Like
Yep.
the Gravitron. If you throw up on the Gravitron, it comes right back and smacks you in the face.
All right, Mikey. What's the second voicemail
All
we
right.
got?
Okay. Let me share this, biatch.
Mikey said conduit.
Mikey said con.
And this is Chris, and this is Derek, and Lauren. She's got a little girl voice, but we're drunk as shit, and
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I love you guys. I love all fucking 5 of you.
maybe not Scott because he's kind of bouge.
No, dude, fucking Scott was fucking cool at the sheet up. Scott fucking was like talking a whole bunch of shit.
So tiny though. He's like
No, he's a tiny man, and I wanted to give him a piggyback ride.
he's
But-
like Barbie sized though.
But he's compact, which means you can get.
He's like Toy Story 3 Ken doll Barbie sized. But
That's interesting.
he drinks a shit ton of liquor, so
He
I love
does.
him.
I want to drink his liquor.
Oh, you want a liquor?
I'm in literally his liquor cabinet.
Wow.
Wow. So it's funny because the translation says Scott is kind of beige and not bougie.
I'm definitely not beige. I might be a little bouge, but I'm not beige.
Awesome.
It's funny because nowhere in the translation does it say Mikey said conduit.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
I have no idea, but apparently
But,
Derek wants to
talking
drink
about
from my liquor cabinet.
drunk South
And apparently Mike
Carolinians.
is rewiring a house, so who knows?
Is that like
Well.
when my milkshakes bring all the boys to the yard or something?
They're like, damn right, it's better than y'all.
That was a great voicemail.
I can teach you, but I'll have to charge.
Wow. Derek, Chris, you're going to regret that in the morning.
Yep.
Oh, yes.
They're probably regretting it now.
Yeah. Amy, Lauren, your fault.
Yeah. God bless your souls. So look, if you want to leave a voicemail, it's fun. It's fun for us to hear. It's fun for us to interact with you a little bit. It's fun to hear your voice on the show too. So Mikey, rattle off that number.
It is 407-906-4698. Shoot a text, drop a message.
Drop us a voicemail. We had plenty of people promising to do so, and they failed miserably. Especially the ones that posted the voicemail or the voicemail to the 3 sheets to the finish line.
Sometimes you're just that drunk you don't know where the fuck you are.
Oh, you know what happens in NOLA?
We'll stay in NOLA.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. But like I said, if you really want to interact with us, go over to the Facebook group. That's where it's all starting. Facebook.com/group/3 sheets. Leave us a voicemail. Have fun with us. So, tonight, lots of fun, lots of good ideas. Trenton, your gastronomy pub, very nice. Give me some closing remarks.
I think I'm going to start doing restaurants for every single armchair Imagineer that we do now because I like making the menus.
Well,
So
you just like enclosing people in a glass dome.
Or as long as I'm able to choose which things you must make for me, I'm fine.
My
with
next
that.
restaurant might be everyone enclosed in a glass dome, and whoever eats the other people first wins. So,
But,
The Hunger Games.
but you have to breathe long enough.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's when you pump pure oxygen in there, so everyone gets that high, and they would start fucking mowing down.
Won't be good for that open flame kitchen.
Yeah, that.
Armchair Imagineer is probably our most popular segment. I'm really excited. I really enjoyed this. This is a long time coming. I enjoyed tonight.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Also, Tim just rolled his eyes. I don't know why Tim rolled his eyes when I said that I'm going to start doing restaurants for every Armchair Imagineer.
You gotta mix it up. Mix it up.
You gotta, yeah. He just
What?
wants his chicken fingers.
Oh, yeah. I hope my micro gastronomy chicken fingers.
Micro gastronomy. Chicken nuggets.
You do realize Tim has the palate of like
Ethan.
a 14, 15.
I
year-old.
also said before
No,
I even said my
no,
part
no.
that Tim was going to be the person that hated it the most.
He did.
Yes, you did.
He did.
You did.
All right, Tim, give me some closing remarks tonight.
I want to take this time to acknowledge the 3 sheets axe-wielding cupids that sent us all
Axe
Valentine's?
murderers.
little acid
Yeah.
hits for Valentine's. We want to thank Suzanne Roberts
Mine
Fry
tasted
and
like
Casey
glitter.
Foley.
Yeah, I shit glitter for a week.
Yeah, glitter like loose leaf
Yeah, it's
paper. I
weird.
don't know why, but that's all I tasted, dude. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. Thank you so much. It was totally weird and totally unexpected, but
Yeah.
See,
a
I
lot of
thought
fun.
I felt special at first. It was like, me and Suzanne talk about our friendship, because we both have French Bulldogs, so we always share pictures and talk about them and stuff. I'm like, oh, they said it's Valentine's. You guys got them. I'm like, fuck, I don't feel as special anymore.
All right, Adam, give me some closing remarks tonight.
It's been a bit since we've all been together, so it's great seeing everybody again, finally.
Oh, my back feels better.
Yeah,
throat feels
seriously.
better.
My back feels better. My freaking flu is over. Everybody, we should be getting back to normal just in time for us to go to New Orleans.
72% of the 80% of the hosts are healthy.
Yes, yes, but
huh? Is that Scott Smith again?
Yeah, Scott Math again.
it's 12 long days and 3 short nights. I don't know.
That's right.
But thank you guys. I put the letters that y'all sent, like actual words with, in frames and all that, and I think I'm a little drunk, so I need to stop talking now. But thank y'all, and look forward to seeing y'all.
Mikey, give me some closing remarks tonight.
Big thanks right now. We got a sheeter in Hong Kong
I'm glad you mentioned
Chris,
this.
tearing up some Disney down there, and he is taking
2 cheaters. This is Chris Squared.
Yes, we got Chris
Both of them are
Squared,
cheaters.
and they are taking the nation along for the ride with them while they do Hong Kong, amongst other things. on their trip. So be looking in their group. He goes live. It's a different time zone, so he'll go live of an evening when you're getting your swerve
It's
on.
perfect. It's like
It's Magical
He's also
Meltdown
eating
goes to
tandoori
Asia.
chicken
It
and
is.
lamb curry combo right now. Looks fucking amazing.
that looks amazing right now. I'm hungry.
So yeah, I just want to say thank you to the Chris Squared, Carter, and the MG for broadcasting that in the group. I've had one hell of a time watching, and you know what? Their train system is a lot cooler than what we have in Florida.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yes,
Well, that's where I
no
took
doubt.
my inspiration for my ride was the ride system from Mystic Manor. I don't understand why we can't have nice things.
We can't have nice things because our parks are old.
Because Florida money
Yeah,
into
that
ours. They
too.
won't re-fucking furb anything.
A lot of that stuff wouldn't last here, though.
That's because we all go down there and just don't care, and then we'll spend our money there anyways. They don't care. Look, tonight has been a lot of fun. We've had some laughs with the Armchair Imagineer. It's been a great show. It is nice to have all five of us back. It's a while ago, since like episode 100 or something like that.
That was the last time.
Yeah. But no, it's been fun. Great show, guys. So from all of us here at Three Sheets of Mouse, thank you for making our show part of your Disney life. Thank you for your time, this time, and until next time, so long for just a while.
And thank you.
So go over to our Facebook group. Triton, where'd you go?
He got angry.
Boo Boo?
You went to
Made
make
a
boom boom.
He got
Maybe?
up yelling about something.
I heard him yell. I just didn't see him go up.
which is his default setting.
Oh, okay.